Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Tim Armstead is.
Very honorable.
Very.
Oh, well, it looks like we had commercials early on. Maybe not. Maybe we did. BK. Yeah. So we will leave we're going to do story time with Marco, but there's two that I think, there's ways and there's people. And then like sometimes you talk to them and you're just like, hey, I'm really not good at talking to people, because artists.
I'm not good at the talking, the conversation.
I'm not really good at the artists, and actually, I'm not good at anything. I'll be honest with you. Before we get into shop talk, I had a great time at the con, but it's really tiring and busy because I do actually help a friend there. I help a friend who has a toy booth. Phoebes, you guys have seen his basement stuff before. Him and his brother. A lot of times when I set up at cons, he does the toys, we do the comics, we kind of combine our stuff. He has some comics too. I put some toys over there and we set up as one big booth. Actually, in July, we're doing Great Lakes Comic Con and I can't make it because I have to go to a wedding, and him and Sean will be running the booth together. So we're kind of like one big clique family that we've been doing this for years. So I always help with the toy thing here. I got to run in with Dan, spent a lot of good time. Dan, the man who's usually in our chats. I think I see him right now. We had fun. We had fun digging. There is a mystery though, and we're going to have to get to the bottom of it. So I'm glad there's a lot of people that were at that con because I want to figure out who's doing something that they shouldn't be doing. We're going to try to get to the bottom of that. I got a couple stories that, luckily I didn't document them because I think I looked pretty much like an idiot on both occasions. So that should be good. And, I did a nice little video. I did actually get I'm going to have a video. It's a little bit long, but there's some really cool parts in it. And there's an interview with Austin from Reese's Comics that is I want to hear everybody's opinion on it because I really do think it came out well. We're thinking about making a cut out of it. Pete hasn't seen anything. Corbin hasn't either. So we'll have that probably right in the middle. We'll have a little bit of that before the tier list. We'll do a little 20
We don't have a tier list.
Oh, good. Do we have a top 10 list? What do we have today, Pete?
We just got 5 and 5 and the news.
Nice. Okay.
And your con stuff.
We'll do the news, then we'll do the con stuff, then we'll do 5 and 5. So that's what we'll do today. I thought we were going to tier list. Didn't Corbin want to tier list something?
We threw out one, but I think we had so much to do. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they didn't pull it together. And
I think I finally got Pete. Thinks some of them. I showed Pete a quick preview of the video. He tells me you guys are going to in the chat's going to yell at me, maybe. But Corbin thought it was cool. It got him pumped. So we'll see. Hey, BK footage. There is not. But she's cool, man, and she probably could. She's strong. Eric, good to see you. Better late than never. Dan, the man. It was great. It was great to see you. It was great hanging out. We had a great dinner. It was us and a couple of vendors and stuff. It was fun. Joe, what's good? Patrick, Repair Tech Tony. Oh, I'm also going to show you some pickups.
Is it me? Half a second off with the audio.
Maybe it's me.
I think it sounds okay.
No, it's not sound. Watch his lips when he's talking.
Okay.
Like I'm watching a Bruce Lee movie.
Oh, is it really?
It was so slow. It stands.
I can't reset because I downloaded the whole video thing, and I think that might be.
Oh yeah.
I also have got. I also didn't. I will go through towards the end. I'll start flipping through comics till everybody has had enough of pickups. I'm not going through the. I didn't go to buy any comics, and then I ended up with a short box.
I did,
and I spent less than $200, and people are really great there because I got a lot for free. And a lot of good deals. Did she sign your shoes? No, I should have. I know. I should have. What's up? What is up? What is it? Iron Lubber? Okay.
I'm reading as Landlubber, like Landlover, but
Landlubber. Okay. Ed, what's good?
With the B's instead of V's.
Ed, nothing for the algorithm, huh? Corbin's back. Yes, he was sick the last couple. Maybe he probably will. They are quality. Are they close? That's nice. Those guys, I can tell stories all day. They're great dudes. Is 5 and 5 all about Frogman?
No,
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think it is
Frogman there, but we do have Frogman covered.
Double J's, thanks a lot. It's like I'm Dub. That's great. That was the thing I was going for. And Kenneth, what's going on? Everybody else in chat, good to see you too. Let's get to a little shop talk. Oh, wait. It's like somebody's going to steal our segment. Go ahead, Pete.
Let's do the thing. This is how we know we've been doing this for a while because I got an intro and we're going to run it.
where
That's
content
fresh.
creators love to get their content or steal it.
Marco coming both barrels loaded today.
I'm already going.
Did you
I'm
watch
good.
him on Sunday? Man, he was fired up on the
I
Sunday
missed
show.
it. Okay, I missed it.
People don't. I don't think people understand how long cons of that size are. Like Motor Cities, no, it's not C2E2. It's not New York. It's not even Emerald City or San Diego Comic-Con, but it's still a bit. I mean, it's a pretty big boy, and you're going from like Wednesday till Sunday, and you're doing, I mean, like over that weekend, you're doing like 70 hours. Like it's crazy, man. Like it's because you're restocking, you're up, and you're like the hours for you at the show. Like if the show ends at 7 for the general pop, you've already been there. The door opened at 8 for you.
Yeah.
You help finish restock, and then after 7, you're finishing off stocking or buying on a regular. You know what I mean? Like, 12-hour days there. Then you got extras. You got to go back, refill stuff. Obi, good to see you too. Obi was great hanging out with him and hunting too. Obi, both Dan and Obi. Dan got some Crow books that just like, I don't know where he snuck those out of. And Obi was just killing it too, mainly Star Wars, but just every time he came around, he's like, yo, you want to see this? And I was like, yeah, sure. Of course I want to see this. So he would throw something out there and be like, man, that's pretty impressive. But let's get to shop talk today. Do you have what do we got? Just BS. And so,
yeah, I mean, what are people talking about in the store? I mean, like I said, I went to the shop. I did some dollar bin digging, grabbed some dollar books, but new release wise, I grabbed the Catwoman Call because I like the look of it. But
you know what I saw that was still on the shelf? And I was surprised, but I saw it at 3 places. The Hughes Han Solo, the book.
Oh, well, because it's an awful 1 in 50, right?
Is it? I thought it was a 1 in 25.
I think it might be a 50 because
they had
5. I might just bite the bullet and pay ratio for that, but I ain't paying $50 for that.
Part of it was like they were like I saw it for $30 at 2 places and $40 at one, so maybe it was a 1 in 50, and they are just trying to get rid of it. Like that's that bad. I mean, I don't know when it goes. If they have it still when they have their 70% off sale, so I'd buy it then. But man, that thing was so bad. The other big news everybody was talking about in the shop today, obviously, was Steve over at CBC. I don't care because I never get my stuff graded there. Apparently quit again to go get hired by my comic shop. I know I see that look on your face, Corbin, and it's interesting because I know that, I mean, not to say this, but you're kind of like, 5-6 years in comics, a little bit of a newbie. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
For us who's been around grading for a while, there's Steve left CGC before, and he went over to Heritage. And then when he was at Heritage, and now remember, Steve was the head grader over there too. When he went to Heritage, shortly after that, turned out that not maybe, you can look it up yourself. There was a pedigree that Steve was in charge of. And after he left, it turned out that the pedigree, somebody went in there and found out that the majority of the pedigree books had been touched. In one of the cases, pretty much, or what they were describing was a lot of trimming was going on, and they were getting ranked pretty high and Blue Label with trimming on it. So I didn't know for sure Steve graded those books, but that smelled a little
fishy.
And then he started CBCS, and then I don't trust grown men with skullet tails either, though. So, I mean, maybe that's a thing with me, dude. I just don't get. And people rewrite history.
Stop letting this go.
You still got the hair up top, but people rewrite history in comics a lot. That was something that we had been talking about, and we kind of talked about the shop because I was talking about it. Dan was there when we were talking about it. He heard, a lot of these guys have been around for a lot of years. Dan has too, and his family has too. So we talk about some of the history and some of the people in there, and how they've already started to rewrite some of the historical stuff in history that has gone on. If it's like how cons actually worked, how people got banned from certain things. I think Steve actually got brought up at the table at that point. Man buns. Oh, geez. I didn't even know man buns were still a thing. I saw one this weekend, though. Of course you did. I mean, at a con. BK, I mean, like, I don't need any. I got you as a friend, buddy. So after that, do I need any more new friends? I really don't, right?
He's set.
I'm good. Hi, what's going on, Ronnie? Ronnie probably knows about it too. I mean, look, this isn't anything new that we're telling you. There's something called the internet. You could look a lot of this up and fact check it, not just go to like somebody's opinion. You could actually go and fact check it. Like this is what's happening. And I know that people get on shows and they just start rewriting stuff. I do remember when I was on a channel and they brought on Steven, the first question I was like, hey, you should probably ask him about that, because in his defense, he could maybe say like, oh, I didn't grade those books, even though I did make it whatever, or he could explain it better. Instead, he said you can never tell about trimming, like especially micro trimming is very hard. But he didn't, the person didn't have the ball sack to actually ask the tough questions. So, but then again, we don't expect much out of people with broken noses. So, what's good,
Chef?
What's up, Chef?
So, anyways, so that was a big thing. So people were asking about that, opinions on that and everything else. And like I said, I mean, we're gonna see what's happening now. I would, if I had CBCS books, which I don't, but if I did, oh no, I do. Fuck, I do have one.
I got one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get rid of him quickly because like I don't want to know what's happening. I mean, he was there during the turn, the walls failing. We'll actually talk about that because me and a friend got an argument about the walls turning in the CGC cases. He was there during that. And you're the head grader. You weren't in quality control, but you were pretty high up. And then he was there during the trimming scandal. So like, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Do I get 3 entries? What is this entry thing? Hey, Ronnie. Well, hold on. Ronnie, give us a $5. Hey, the best show on YouTube's. Ronnie, thank you very much. We really do appreciate your $5 super chat. And I doubt we're the best show on the YouTube, but
top 5 easy.
Are we top 5? Dead or alive? Nice.
Always.
There we go. What's up, Lopez?
Yeah,
what do we got?
Honorable mention at least.
Safety. Okay, good. Hey, what's he talking about? Leftovers.
He's probably talking about for Astro Wizard, the giveaway. Which again, go check out the thing. It's not a lot to do. You get Astro Wizard's original sketch cover. Here, I'll put it up next to me.
That Moon Knight, Poe Dameron one.
Yeah, Moon Knight on Poe Dameron.
Why don't you just do it a big screen so that people can see what they can read?
Oh, I could, but I didn't know we were going to do it now. But I guess we could do it now since it came
somebody
up.
asked about it, so we're doing it.
It came up, I guess. Yeah.
Most
but here we go. Yeah. So once again, we'll be giving this away on the Star Wars show on Sunday. Astro Wizard gave this to me to give to one of you guys. So this is his blank sketch, arts directly on the book, Moon Knight on a Poe Dameron book, since actor did both.
So he's asking, so I'll just reiterate just the short version of it once again.
While you do that, I'm going to show you the back because I didn't know there's also something on the back. He did sign it on the back too. Is
this the same one? Yeah, I won't answer that one. Go back and listen to it real quickly. You'll figure it out. There was a whole pedigree where a guy had been submitting books and they made him into a pedigree because they said it was the best.
I'll show you the bottom of it there. He did sign it down at the bottom of the little markers down below.
Of Silver Age that they'd ever gotten. They were getting extremely high Silver Age blue labels at the time. Extremely high. And then after he left, they found out that the guy was trimming the books. And that was probably it. That was
trimming. That's one of my fears. Color touching and trimming anytime I'm buying an old book because I don't know how to spot it with the naked eye.
It's funny though. Watch the Reese interview that we'll have in a little bit because the Reeses, if you don't know them, huge into gold and silver. Like that's how we became friends. We became friends years and years and years ago, bullshitting over silver, and then they started doing stuff that stopped making us a lot of money, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So go back and check that out, though. And like I said, I mean, if you're gonna, one last point on that, like I'm not accusing Steve of anything. It's just convenient that you were the guy that put in charge, you were the head grader, you were bragging about that pedigree and about how great the books were. There's a YouTube video. There's a video. I don't think it's up anymore, but there's a video of the shit. And then all of a sudden you leave to Heritage, and then all of a sudden it comes out, and you know what I mean. But
you're more or less making an observation than anything.
Yeah. That comic had more screen time than he did. Yes, that is true. Very good.
More
good. I hope I answered that for
on our channel than on Disney Plus.
The dad's been in. We'll get to big things. They are Overstreet. We actually had 2. We had and this is it. I love the boys. Like I love Alex and Austin. I don't know their dad as well or their mom, but I definitely know Austin pretty well and Alex. And I love it when they come out. They hadn't come out in a couple, like 3 of the last three cons ago when they were on. So it's like 5 years ago was the last time they came out. It's always good to see them. They want me
to cons my way. I do know.
Yeah, because they're out of Baltimore. So. And they want, I always like, hey, whatever. But we'll see. They asked if I could go. I might not. I don't think I'm going to go to Baltimore this year. So I'm going to give it one more.
When is Baltimore?
It's right in between.
It's usually in October. It's usually, between New York and
I think it's in between.
Well, maybe it's
Motor
now
City's,
after New York.
So Motor City's now, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to do it twice. That was another thing that was talked about because Motor City, God bless them. The booker, the lady who usually did the booking and everything else for Motor City, took a job with FanFest. So she was out there. So the last 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll get into something. I have a friend named Luke, who's an artist. We've got a little part about it too. And I really, we don't ask you to support a lot of people or a lot of things. I'm going to ask you for a little bit of support at the end there. At least subscribe to his channel for him. But there are people who, like Dan can attest this too. Dan, the man, didn't have a table. And he's had a table at Comic-Cons. His dad had tables before him for decades. You know what I mean? And it's a shame that a lot of these guys, they missed out on spots. Yeah, so I'll talk about it more too, Dan. That's why I think they might not come back. You know, they come to this market too a lot of times for buying opportunities.
Responded to this?
Yeah.
How they did?
Yeah, I mean, they come for the buying opportunities. They probably hit 1 or 2. They were put kind of in. I didn't like the spot but I didn't like the spot they were in. They were back by the loading dock, and you had to pass Harley's spot to get to them. And I'm not saying that Harley can compete with them, but he's another Overstreet guy, and he's another guy that's got a lot of good books. I think the Reese's books are more priced to sell personally than a lot of Harley's are, but Harley will also deal a lot more. So, and we've got a story on that too. Somebody who made a deal with Harley made a pretty good deal. So we got all those things coming up too. Besides that, there wasn't much else going on at the comic book shop this week. I mean, some dollar bin diggings backing, everybody talking about their stories there, and I saw half the dudes at Motor City, so you know, it wasn't much.
Yeah, nobody was even talking She-Hulk.
Nobody
was even talking She-Hulk. I mean, we will in a little bit, but
yeah, you know, nobody's talking She-Hulk. Yeah, you know what they were? Everybody, you know, the first thing when I walked in the door, somebody said, "What'd you think of the trailer?" And I was like, "Oh, what? Relax, bro. Are you talking about the She-Hulk one?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, it was good, man. You know, it was good."
Yeah, it wasn't like hype to like yell to this crowd, like, "Oh my god!" But it was.
Are we talking about in the news, or are we not talking about?
Yeah, after movie news, we'll do a little trailer.
Okay, so then we'll talk about it then. Yes, MegaCon 2, guys. Make sure Bill is great. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Pete. And then he's going to be down there in Florida at MegaCon. So there's a couple other people.
I think Phil's going to be down there too.
So there will be a lot of people. But there's also Reese's are going down there. They went directly from here down there. So
every time I hear MegaCon, I think of Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl. That's all I hear every time. Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl. It's Mega Bowl.
The Tropic, what was it? Flint Tropics?
Yeah, Semi-Pro, which is unfortunately the movie that was on when my wife delivered my son. That's what was on the TV.
You know, there's no Flint Tropics, right? That's not a real thing, right?
I know, but it's hilarious.
Okay,
still.
All right, just make sure. All right, let's get into the news.
All right. Well, we started with the shop talk intro, so we're doing intros all day today.
Really hungry.
We're doing the news intro now.
What's going on, Mojo?
I don't have any papers, but I'll show the book again.
Let's see what we got for news this week.
I try to keep it a little trim. There's no nonsense of like shoes this week.
Good, thank you.
But this is our news. We'll start off as usual with our box office report, which some exaggerations. After that, it was Friday report of the numbers. Everybody's, oh, Doctor Strange tanking. But it still did all right. It still did all right. It still made 60, almost 62 million in its second weekend.
It's a tier 2.
I mean,
super like
I was gonna say, yeah, especially compared to everything it's running against, though. Like, it's a pretty weak field.
Yeah, well, I think it's a different market now. I think the way the movies industry is kind of built now, it's a sprint. It's no longer a marathon. You're not going to get Titanic's #1 over like 2-3 months. Like, it's going to be a sprint until a month and a half later, the shit's streaming. Like, it's going to be streaming on some service. Like, that's just the model that we have now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Get the pay-per-view at home numbers as well.
Yeah, I mean, for what it was, it's a Doctor Strange movie, bro. Like,
it wasn't great.
It really wasn't.
It was okay.
Corbin. Hey,
I'm sorry. We didn't get to talk about it, did we?
No. DC fans really know what isn't great is, so you should probably.
Oh wow, really? Nah, that movie was disappointing. Even you can admit it, Marco. It was not good. Like,
It was okay. No, I think everybody thinks that we're gonna get these. Once again, you got to set.
What you're about to say? Because I want to hear it. Because
You have to set your expectations properly.
Marvel set the expectations. Like,
no,
we didn't just believe, oh my God, we're gonna get Mephisto. This isn't WandaVision. Like, I think we're a lot more reined in.
No, time out. Did you think the first Doctor Strange movie was some great epic
but
sci-fi stability?
Point, they did kind of build this one up to be a lot bigger in scope than it was.
Thank you. Multiverse
like they were like, this is like universe altering. Like
it was only exactly.
Who did?
They went through the entire multiverse. Marvel did all the trailers.
No.
Yes, they did.
I think y'all did a little bit more.
He's right.
Why isn't it every movie?
Comments and people in the chat, please tell us we're right.
I set my expectations super low for Morbius. It was a pretty good movie. I set my expectations super low for Doctor Strange. It's an okay movie.
I didn't get to see Morbius, but my expectations were low. But this was not. Marvel had
I finally watched
the biggest movie of the year.
How was that movie okay to you?
Huh?
My cousin, because I watched Venom. Because I watched. You want to know why? Because I watched Venom, and I knew what Carnage was going to be.
Expectations were low.
It was so low. Like y'all, that's. I guess the things that I don't like is when I have high expectations. I had high expectations for Moon Knight. It turned out to not.
I had high expectations. Yeah. But they built the expectations.
You had high expectations for. That's what I'm saying. Like I get it because you had high expectations. But if you're like
built the expectations.
That's their job to sell fucking tickets, bro.
No, well, they did a good job.
DC does it with every fucking movie, and there's not been a movie at DC that I've left that I wasn't disappointed in watching. Not one.
No, I'm not gonna do this today. You're right. Okay. Gotta pick my battles wisely. All right, fine.
That's it. It still didn't drop. Like people were like, "Oh my God, look how it tanked!" Like it was down like 80% Friday to Friday, and I'm like, "Well, the first Friday had like Thursday movie previews up to 3 p.m. included, so yeah, it's gonna be a huge drop." But ultimately, 67% was the drop. Which, when you compare it to the average MCU drop of 56%, it looks bad, but it was still less than Spidey,
leftover,
close to Eternals. And less than Black Widow's drop. So this is the market we're in now, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
This is how it's going to be. I think it's 2/3 drop now.
I mean, I don't. Okay, normal. So out of all these movies, though, I mean, I put it in between Black Widow and Eternals. But my expectations of Black Widow is so low that maybe I mean, like where between these three movies, where did you rank Doctor Strange, Corbin? Your expectations of Doctor Strange between these three?
It would be. Eternals was just so weird. Eternals would be the very bottom. Eternals would be the bottom. Then would be Doctor Strange. Then I put Black Widow.
Okay, so then did it disappoint in that stand up?
In that backdrop. But here's the thing. I guess this was expectation. They hyped up as best they could Black Widow, right? They hyped up as best they could Eternals, right?
I thought both of those were okay. I thought Eternals was okay. I thought Black Widow was good.
Well, what I mean, I agree. What I mean is like they hyped them up, but internally, I knew they weren't going to be great movies. Like just knowing the subject material, knowing how I thought it fit into the universe, into the greater storytelling of the MCU. I was like, Black Widow's a retcon, basically, and Eternals is fitting into a movie. Like we don't care about the Eternals right now, and they're not going to factor in big time until later. So I knew going in not to have high expectations, and it was met. But Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness was for the continuation of WandaVision, what we already saw. It was the elevation of everything we had been watching, with the exception of Falcon Winter Soldier, Captain America Winter Soldier, what we saw in WandaVision, what we saw in Loki, what we saw in What If. I would say everything but Captain America Winter Soldier and Hawkeye. It was in the next step.
Landlubber, that's where I am too. Like that's why I do like a lot of these. What's Landlubber saying? And I hear that, but Landlubber said, "Call me crazy, but I grew up without Marvel movies, so I enjoyed all the movies." I mean, we had at the time when I was growing up, the best movie we had was Superman. That was the best. That was by far, all the Supermans were by far the best superhero movie. And then we got Batman. And then we got Batman. Okay. And then that was the greatest thing. The greatest thing.
I was 7 when the best superhero movie of all time came out.
Which is
2.
I'm trying to do math. I'm like, oh, Jesus, how old was I?
But what I'm saying is like, I see people in chat going, Eternals is pretty bad. Have you guys read the Eternals before? Like, what the fuck do you... The Jack Kirby Eternals? What the fuck do you expect out of that, dude?
So I don't expect them to say, let's make a movie out of this. It'll be a blockbuster.
It wasn't a blockbuster. Well, first off, I didn't go to the movie theaters at that point because most of them were shut down over here, so I watched it on.
True.
Yeah.
I watched it on Plus, anyways. So to get it for something I'm already paying, it was free. It's like when you got HBO for that free 2 weeks. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Back in the day with cable, you got HBO for those 2 weeks, and you watched it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, sweet, it's a great movie." And somebody's like, Why'd you pay to watch it?" I didn't pay to watch it. I got it free for HBO for 2 weeks, bro. That's how I see Eternals. Eternals, I see is a free movie I got on free HBO week. But it was
BK wants to pick a fight with you already.
Oh my god,
it was okay. It's not overstated.
BK.
I like Neil Gaiman, but it was okay that run.
Yeah, it's hard to read. Thank you, Dan. It was really hard to read. I don't think BK read it.
But
no, Simon. No, get out of here. Okay. All right. Anyways, go ahead. Keep going.
Just putting it in perspective. Where it's at, it's made more than a lot of these other Marvel, because I put Venom in. Well, I didn't put it in there, but Venom was in there. Marvel type movies.
Jesus.
It's already outgrossed most of them, and it's going to pass Iron Man 2 like tomorrow, probably.
Hold on. Do you guys think Strange was better than Venom? Because I kind of think it was.
I think it was better than Venom, yes.
I mean, yeah, but only because they did such character assassination to Venom. At least Doctor Strange was true to who he was. I'll say yeah.
BK, listen, do you see how you look at the chat real quickly? Look at the comments you're making, and you're turning the chat to my side. You're losing them, BK. With these comments you're making, you're losing the rest of the people that you're trying to help troll me by making these comments. I just want you to do that.
All right. It's been 2 weeks, so if this is a spoiler, I apologize, but we know certain people show up in the movie. But one of the articles had a rumor about who was going to be one of the spots that picked up, which was Bond was going to be Mr. Fantastic at one point before they brought in Krasinski.
I'm good. Krasinski was fine.
Who's Krasinski again? Is he the kid from some
The Office, which I do like. But considering this the whole team there's no point to them. They could recast and redo any of it because none of it matters. It's a multiverse after all.
Which also doesn't matter.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing now, Double J. Okay. All right. Yeah, keep going. I mean, I hope that he's not the Reed Richards future. I hope they recast.
No. I don't think that was the plan. I think that the plan was for this to be like a one-off kind of thing of like
I like
what he did in Star Wars.
I like Krasinski as John as Mr. Fantastic though.
Yeah, it's like when he was in Star Wars, he was the one of the troopers in Force Awakens. But anyway, I do not like the next bit of news. It makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
Okay, that's what we like to do. Where do they touch you?
Yes, I'm with that.
They're going to be putting Stan Lee back in to movies.
Oh,
nah, I'm not with it.
Unneeded.
Especially if you look at how his last few years were in real life and how his basically family went and did just what we're doing right now with him being gone.
That's how it works. This is what the daughter's doing. You know that, right? Like this is her whole thing, right?
And it's sick.
Which let me ask you a question though. Time out. Because this is a very interesting thing because of Fisher. Because they brought up Carrie Fisher, and Carrie actually didn't have a problem with it, and the family didn't either, kind of. And I think if that's the case, like I think Stan Lee. The problem is, I think Stan Lee would be okay with this.
Maybe.
Well, here's the thing: we won't know, and that's what bugs me. Like, if StanLee was on record saying, "Yeah, I've been okay with it," or if something was signed that said, "Yeah, you can use my likeness after my death in that way," then sure, you know what I mean.
I get it, but
kind of compared on Facebook, I saw like, "Oh, it's like listening to an artist's music after they're gone." No, because that work is done. Like, if I watch a Marvel movie with Stan Lee already, that's done. If I see a Stan Lee cameo after he is passed, no. At this point, I'm not benefiting emotionally from it, but someone is benefiting financially from it.
So that
just seems sick to me.
If you've watched me on other shows and leading up enough to when he passed away, you know what my opinion was of what they were doing with him and signing, and it wasn't very nice. I was like, "Don't bring it around me because if I catch you, you know what I mean." And I thought that all the people that went out there and got signatures, and you can hate me for this, right before he died, like I didn't do it. And I don't think you're right for doing it, especially after you knew what they were doing, because it was pretty open what they were doing to him.
Yeah,
you get that sig. And I had gotten a lot of hate mail for saying that. There are a lot of people saying, "Well, he's going to die soon, and I just want the sig." And if it blah 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 blah, I understand that. I still don't like it. But in this case, it's hard. I know it's a money grab from the daughter, but it's hard.
I think that's why
it's hard for me not to believe that Stan Lee and his legacy would not want this to continue. That's where I have a problem.
But it has no point.
Well, here's my thing. I mean, again, I agree with Pete. I don't think it has a point. And also, Marco, I see where you're coming from, but here's the thing.
If she does, she had it for a while, so I don't know. Go ahead.
Like, we don't know. Like, I don't like. I get you. Like, oh, based off of Michael Jackson would love to entertain. I'm bringing up other people just as an example. Like, they would want to bring their light in the world. Yes, but we don't.
So
have that.
okay,
So,
Michael Jackson. Now we're talking about somebody who.
Well,
just
let's
going-
not
yeah,
go down
no,
that
no.
road.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
not go
I
down
meant to
that
just throw out a name.
I'm just saying, like, if you ever look at the
we could
interviews,
assume intentions,
but there's interviews where Stan Lee said, "I wish I could be a part of this forever. My name, I hope, is always with it, and I wish I could do." So, like,
yes,
there is parts where he didn't definitely say like redo me, resurrect me,
and that's
as a
what I.
digital thing.
That's what I like.
But
I want to keep doing cameos after I'm dead, even something like that.
Who's gonna say some shit like that?
Well,
Exactly.
The
Which
point
is
is,
why
they're
you
gonna
don't
put
do
him
shit
in.
like that.
What did they put him in? They put him in scenes where they try to make like a joke. I feel weird them trying to make a funny little spot using a man who's dead.
But what if he does this?
Who has no input on the joke?
What if he becomes the Watcher? I mean,
I still don't like it.
Look, man,
They kind
okay.
of did that in, what was it?
When he passed, do we not remember the last one he gave and how they turned the Marvel opening? They gave like basically a ode to him with all the Marveling opening sequence being just Stan Lee. Like, we've already done the tribute, if you will, to Stan Lee, and this is a new face. He's already been past this. He will always be there. If you want to even continue to keep that as your opening, like, no more showing the Marvel property, just show Stan Lee as the guy behind it all. I'm with it. I just don't understand. I don't know. It's a troubling trend. We start here. I don't see where the line stops.
You're right. I don't have the solution for this.
I'm with you. Yeah, me neither.
I don't have the solution for this either. You know what I mean? That's fair.
I just know the first time we see it, I'm gonna feel weird. Like, oh.
Yeah, people are gonna clap. I get what you mean, Marco. I'm not saying. I don't know. What if some Lost Prince recordings are found? Okay to release them. Seems like kind of the same.
Well, yeah.
Yes, but they were
Prince
done already.
But hey, this is what I have to worry about, because I see everybody going, "Yeah, use him as the Watcher." I like that, but I also, now listening to you and thinking about it, I just worry that somebody with more nefarious things, where it's not an honorable Watcher, where they're like, "Well, since we got away with making him the Watcher, we can do this, that, and this with him." I get it; it's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just let it go, let it pass, let him rest, like actually rest, and move on. Try to find another way to send a tribute to the guy who created everything. Like, I just think it's just weird doing it now. That's all. But whatever. I mean, it's gonna happen. Whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Obviously, the deal is signed. It is what it is. I'm not gonna feel good about it. And I mean, if people like it, then great. But it just feels weird having a cameo of someone who has really no active knowledge of what's going on. You know what I mean? They can run this shit to the ground, and he's still signed to a deal. We're gonna have archival footage of him and cameos of some whack ass movies. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel right to me. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Joe. I see that. Yeah, put him on a backboard or something like that. Make him an Easter egg. Okay.
There you go. Something like that. Just a picture or whatever. Or maybe,
this would be more, I guess, like Tarkin. I guess than Carrie Fisher was more of an they had plans and an unfortunate passing.
And Carrie's
but Carrie
still alive.
But Carrie
aged her.
I know, and she said
she was, but
Carrie.
But afterwards, Carrie's daughter had said that she gave permission for them. They were debating using it or not. She did. She said that. My mom said yes, and that,
Well, and that's my thing.
Yes too.
I'm not. If somebody says they're going to do that, I still would like it. But listen, they said that's their life.
But that's what they're saying, Dan. They're saying that, like, so Carrie did say yes to that. And so did the daughter, who's executive, where Stan we don't know. Maybe he did, but we don't know. So
what's that one movie? Was it John Wayne? What's that one actor? It was.
I love when they brought Tarkin back. By the way, I don't give a shit, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was weird, but I thought it was cool as the character.
Fuck. Yeah, cool.
I thought it was cool as the character. I will say. I guess for me, it's like the lightness of it. I don't mind. But then we're gonna give him an acting credit or something. Like, there was a movie. What was it? It was a World War II movie that just came out, 3 or 4 years ago, where they digitized this like dead actor, and they like gave him the acting credit. It just seemed very weird to me. I'll find it. But anyway, yeah, I was really fired up about this, so sorry about that. But yeah.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's good to hear. Hey, by the way, that's how difference of opinions and discussions actually happen, right there.
Yeah, look at that. Yes, sir. You said it. Yes, sir. You're right.
We can have a conversation.
We can. You're right. I love it.
Without losing our shit.
Very true. Very true. Very honorable.
This is just weird. I don't know why they did the fan vote at the Oscars to begin with, but now they come to find there could have been bot involvement
100%, because nobody in their right mind would do
Hey,
that. Go
hey,
ahead.
don't say it. I think it rightfully earned the Oscar, just maybe not like.
What?
Listen, it was a good movie. It was a good movie.
But it didn't win for being a good movie.
I know it probably won.
It won for some weird ass cheer moment or something.
The Flash moment.
I guess.
Which,
I don't
mind
even know
you,
what moment.
I think it was the moment where he used the Speed Force. Which I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even remember. I was like, "He went for what, huh?"
Exactly.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
So 6-year-old movies are still trying to get awards that aren't really that good.
Okay, let's not piss on this.
I think there's a lot of bots going on with Zack Snyder. Period. Okay, next up.
We're gonna get out of the realm of the comic book stuff, and we're gonna talk a little Dune Part 2, and Walken's gonna be Emperor.
Yes, two good things. Walken and Doom 2, amazing.
I'm looking forward to it, actually.
No, Dan, not unless you got 3-4 hours to poke your eyes out. Okay. Yeah.
Moving over to the realm of dinosaurs, they're looking at Jurassic Park. I don't know what number it is. I consider it 3.
Is this the one where they're like in a city or something like that?
Yeah, they're loose. They're just out.
They're just out. They live with humans now. They're coexisting.
They're part of the world, apparently. But 165 to 2 is what they're estimating. They're looking at Doctor Strange type numbers, which is not surprising. I mean, we'll see. Chris Pratt.
No, we won't, because I'm not going to go watch this shit.
No, I'm not going to go to the theater either. Just, but it is what it is.
I just said two things I love: Walker and Dude. And
I don't think he's being sarcastic.
Huh? No, I really do. I like.
No,
yeah. If you watch me enough, you know I like Dune.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd like Dune, but I did like Dune a lot, actually.
I love Dune. I love the original Dune. I mean,
so Reacher got cast in Fast X or whatever. My God,
I like the actor.
How long is it before Vin Diesel gets a fight with him because he's better looking and a better actor?
I watched Fast 9 a little bit the other day. Whew. That's some nonsense. They literally were flying a Fiero in space.
Dinah's Day Out.
What?
They were flying. Ludacris and Tyrese were flying a Fiero in space.
I don't know why you watch this horse shit.
It was just, I was working from home. It was just on. It was like, I'll put this on while I'm working from home.
I'm guaranteeing you that either John Wick, or
I know, The
Equalizer, or what's the one where the girls sing?
Pitch Perfect.
One of those three were on. You could have turned either one of those on.
But I knew my wife would probably put one of those things on later when she was done working. So I figured I'd take the time, like I did today with Venom 2, and put something I haven't seen on in the background and see if it caught my attention. And it caught my attention in a very bad way when I was going, what in the shit are they doing in this movie? It's ridiculousness.
Oh, he could be an Aries. That would be kind of cool. BK. Oh, I take it this guy's name is Rich Richardson. Is that who this is?
Alan Richardson.
Yeah. He should be Aries. Hawk. Yeah, that would be cool.
He's Hawk in Titans. And apart from the too many F-bombs, like he was good in the role. They just
Marv, what's good?
His best episode was the one they offed him in.
Yeah, that's true.
But he did get better. You're right. At first, I thought he was insufferable, but he did a really good job at the end.
It was just it was like unnecessary. He just
exactly.
I'm like,
come on, man. Why are we being?
You guys are sitting around for dinner. You don't have to be saying that.
Yeah, what are we posturing about? Be right back.
Anyway, any Hunger Game fans out there? They're gonna make prequels apparently, and they're cast this guy to play that guy. Hunger Games has been on lately, and my son was asking questions. We're trying to explain it to him. And it's just like, man, I can't remember that was a thing. Like, that was a huge deal for a while there. You remember?
Yeah, it was. I read the books. I read the books. They were easy.
Yeah, I listened to them. I did listen to the audio books, and they're all right. But, well, they're going to make more movies.
He likes cornflakes.
Cornflakes. But here we go. We got our trailer park. This is going to be our little segment where we're just going to look at that She-Hulk trailer. I grabbed a bunch of images.
Oh, did you? Cool.
Talk.
I liked it. I mean, look, man, not everything's always for everybody, but what did you want them to do with She-Hulk? because if you read the She-Hulk books, she always was a little bit sarcastic and a little whatever. It looks like they modernized her.
Yeah.
Is that a
little
thing?
bit.
Modernizing? I'm not. We questioned this last week. Like, what the heck do you do with this? And it's a show,
You
right,
got to
Joe?
clean up the CGI because some of it, like this in particular.
Oh,
some of
well,
this
I
is-
mean, yeah,
they got to
did that
clean
with,
it up.
but they
You
did
got
that with
you
the
got a couple
Inquisitor
months.
too.
Clean it up.
They did that with Inquisitor too, and then by the time they dropped the next trailer, they fixed it already. So
Yeah. And that's the
I
hope.
think
That's the hope.
I think
They
they're going to
clean some
get
of this
that.
up.
But it's all. But guys, once again, they have to. Which one do you want now? Okay, because we can't get, no matter what you want, we can't get it all. Do you want perfect movie quality CGI, or do you want them to drop more content? Because they have to drop more content. The one thing they said, like, no matter what you think about it, Disney, when they just did their last earnings, the one big thing from the board, they don't care about fucking whoever's running a state. They don't care about any of that other shit. They turn profits, but the biggest thing, the biggest worry that their shareholders had was that the lack of content being dropped. Okay, and this is something we've been saying for a while. So, are we going to get more content than putting down She-Hulk? Or are you going to be like, oh, well, the CGI wasn't perfect, so don't suspend it for another 3-4 months? Unfortunately, I think I'd rather have content, even if it's not perfect. I mean, it's superhero stuff, for Christ's sakes. When was superhero stuff supposed to be the best of the best? You know,
it doesn't have to be the best, but it is weird when it kind of takes you out of it for a little bit. And I'm like, oh, it looks like a Snapchat filter that I'm looking at. Like,
they'll fix it though. I mean, it's still a trailer.
that's all I'm hoping they fix it, because I get your point. Like, again, not everything is for everybody. Some of the humor in this is not really intended for me, so I get it.
Yeah,
but
I thought it was okay.
But yeah, I mean, I did like this. Like, this looked like the abomination I wanted to see.
Yeah, James always clarifies what I'm trying to say. It's a sitcom. That is what her series was. What did you think it was going to be? Hulk smash? It ain't going to be that. It's not going to be Thor, Love, and She-Hulk.
But we do get Hulk.
My wife has that dress.
No.
Yeah, we get Hulk.
And we get Hulk, and he's healed. Look, his arm's fine. So I don't know if maybe this takes place not now. Like, maybe this takes place in between things. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe this takes place when Hulk was, taking selfies with kids before,
Joe, I just think that saying that TV quality or streaming quality expecting movie quality it's just unrealistic.
But
it just is.
Look how good Hulk looks. This is the point. It's the unbalancedness. Hulk looks good there on the same show.
She-Hulk had a lot of times when she was drawn in the book, it was a different green. It was a brighter.
Oh, I don't care about the color of the green. Oh. It's just more of like the facial expressions, and like the dead eyes. You get the uncanny valley in the eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
But
the actress IDs count as. Yeah, people shouldn't be trolling an actress. She has very little to do with the CGI.
Yeah. No, but I like the actress. I like the Orphan Black Girl.
Yeah, that's bad CGI there?
No, this was fine. That's what I'm saying. It's not all of it. It's just some of the
they got to touch it up a little bit. Well, yeah. I have faith in that they will.
Yeah, and that would be my only complaint. They need to
because some of it was really good. Whenever I complained about the CGI, I was like, well, there's a couple. I think there's like 3 scenes where I was like, but the rest of them look pretty good. Yeah, that definitely.
Some of this was too much light.
Yeah, that definitely looks too different there.
Because it's not just them; it's also the background. It's just too it looks too much like a computer screen cutscene. But who knows? We're going to get introduced to different things. I don't know. Some people are speculating this is a prison. The Cube, potentially.
I think Charlie Cox. Was Charlie Cox confirmed for She-Hulk? I thought there's a deep rumor that she was.
But I know there's rumors.
Yeah, I mean, he showed up in Spider-Man. So
I mean, it would make sense. Obviously. So we may get more, super prisons.
Yep.
We may get...
Is that the go back? That's not the raft, though, right?
No, I don't think it's the raft because this is on land.
No, it's on land.
I think one of the other ones they have is what do they got? The Blackgate is DC.
Or whatever. Yeah,
I think it's the Cube. I think it's one of the ones they have.
All right,
but
the vault.
The
vault. Yeah, I heard.
Frogman?
Is that why everybody's making Frogman jokes? Did you do a video about Frogman?
No. I think because I think there was an alert calling this Leapfrog and then correcting it, saying it might not be Leapfrog, it might be Frogman, but it's unconfirmed and there was a retraction. I don't know. But there's this guy who it looks more like Frogman, I think, than Leapfrog, but we don't know.
I get Joe. But
Does
Joe,
it matter?
the difference is this whole, could I address this real quickly? Joe says, don't get me wrong. I love what's his name? She-Hulk, but
Vern?
and he'll watch regards to this, but he's sore about Moon Knight. Sorry, paraphrasing. I just don't want to lose my point here. I agree, but when you see the previews of She-Hulk, like just listen to them, because actually, to be honest with you, I listened to the trailer for the first time because I was doing something else, and then I went back and watched it, and it sounded what's his name's She-Hulk was. So I was like, that kind of fits, right? Like I didn't have at first I was like, wow, they really updated this, is a little off. And then I was like, but what would you do? Like you can't do the same as they did in the comics. You had to update it, but it's on the same note, right? So Moon Knight was not on the same note. Moon Knight just wasn't the same note. At least this is on the same note. So
yeah, that's true.
Here we go.
Yeah. And to get to wait, I'll get to James' point there real quick.
All right.
It doesn't matter. Like, who cares about an alert or whatever it might be? Why would you be spending money? Because there'll be a one-shot cameo of a guy who's going to disappear on a TV show on Disney Plus. Haven't we learned not to do this anymore after all the years of the
not
CW
after what I saw
shows?
going on the con? People are still not learning.
Like, remember all the CW shows? Every villain of the week. Oh, well, who's coming up? Oh, it's Magenta. Let's all run out and buy the first Teen Titans book, first appearance of Magenta, because she's going to show up on the show in 2 weeks.
Pete,
let's all go buy Cupid.
You're ruining all my sales. Pete, stop ruining all my sales.
Hey, that's what I do. I'm brutally honest. Why would you spend your money? If you find it a dollar bin and you can flip it to some other guy who wants to give you $10 for it, God bless you, go do it. Don't go buying crap off of alerts.
No, I wouldn't.
As James said,
like James says, you sell it on the alert. Yeah, not buy. All right.
Sell unless you find it for cheap.
Let's get off Leapfrog / Frogman.
Yes, let's get off Frogman. That's just my little PSA for today. I know a lot of people are talking trash if this is the Wrecking Crew, that they don't look very good, and I would agree with that. But at the same time, have we forgotten exactly who the Wrecking Crew were in the comics?
Yeah. Please tell Pete, because like
it's just like they're not like, oh my god, you're ruining my childhood. Like
the Wrecking Crew, like that's what we're going after.
You got a hold of some Asgardian.
Let's do remember, She-Hulk was a C-rate character, and then these are her F-rate flunkies. So be real.
It's all. I mean, it's just okay. It is what it is. So they don't have their purple ski masks and weird workman outfits. I don't know. It is what it is. That's it. I mean, this is a little bit blurry, so we can't go off of this image either. But I mean, it looks like a little bit of a fight scene coming. I'm not too thrilled with this look for Titania. Is that how you say it?
No, yeah,
Titania. Okay, there you go. I'll give you one there. You got it.
I like the actress who they picked. I didn't know how she would fit this role.
Wow, that's not good. Okay.
She's got a Peg Bundy haircut going. It's just, whew.
Yeah. The Wrecking AOA, what's up? The Wrecking Crew, known for beating up Jarvis. Very good.
But it is. I just grabbed some more things that are in there. Again, it's not all the CGI is bad. It's just,
I know. It is
off-putting.
Yeah, and yes, some of the jokes are just they're jokes. It's jokes.
This is 80s John Burns She-Hulk.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean the weird little scene about I want to share some fries, and
I heard that all you short guys are really loving this because
I do.
True. All you short guys, I was like, I can't relate, but all you guys.
I'm 6 feet, so I'm gonna get myself over the short area. But
yeah, but you would love it if a girl picked you up and took.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, speed dating's next week at the Comic-Con. Told you.
Oh, go to the furry convention, please.
Oh, right. Well, that was it for our little She-Hulk, little bit of a recap, I guess. Or
Funhouse Comics
review.
Cheers.
I'll
you
drink
didn't
to
say
that.
how it's now too. Like 25 high to the best entertaining. Thank you very much. What is going on today? We are getting so many good compliments.
Yeah, we got a lot of positive.
It's because Pete and Corbin are on the show today that we're getting so many good positive comments. I know it ain't because of me. All right.
Hey, you're not screaming at anyone.
I did already.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh, we'll get back to it. Well, I promised Austin that I would represent a little bit. You know, the Reese's, they're serious, a little bit more serious than me. So
Okay.
I'm trying to not make it look bad. And plus, I actually put out because I made such an ass in front of myself to Mika. I was hoping I put out a request, a little email. If you guys want to talk about how we were talking nice about them or not, tag her and post. Trying to get her on the show because I do think she's like a rock star. But we'll talk more about it later. All right, go ahead.
Definitely talented.
Yeah.
We'll get to more of that later. But this, I think the headline on this is a little bit misleading. I mean, is it really a new costume? I don't know if this is going to be her look. It's just something she happens to be wearing on set. Like, maybe she's filming a scene wearing it.
How's the floor rating?
What is that a look? Exactly.
Like, I don't know.
Like, what look is that? If we were doing, I agree.
That reveals her sitting down. That's the look of sitting down.
This is her new costume.
The more thing, what floor? Where are you? Where the floor rating has to be 24,000 pounds?
A garbage truck?
Wakanda? Oh no,
the garbage truck. Don't what?
I don't know. It looks like she's sitting. I thought she was sitting on.
Maybe that's a car crusher. Why would you put car crusher on top of a floor? What? I don't understand. Why is a floor?
No, it doesn't matter. It's there's an image of Echo that we know we're getting because I believe
I'm more interested in the floor rating than I am with the image of Echo. That's all I'm saying.
And then the rumors we're getting a live action Captain Carter, which I put into streaming because I don't think they would make a movie. A series would make a lot more sense if they did this.
Well, if you guys are down, once again, Bill's Comics and Collectibles, go down and see Steve and Bill. If you guys are at, what's the Florida one? WonderCon or whatever it is? I know he's going to have a bunch of copies of these there. Ask him to look in the box behind the counter. Tell him that Marco sent you. He doesn't actually know me. He knows me by my real name, though. So don't do that. So don't do that. Just go tell Bill I say hi.
There you go. But which Captain Carter book we talking about? Just her first Captain Carter one. Not talking about the Exiles book because that's
the Exiles book. Yeah.
Well, it's technically Captain America in that book.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. Loki. They're filming. Everybody apparently is back for Loki season 2, and they will be starting soon.
Okay, fair. Good.
I'm excited. I like Loki. I want to see more.
Oh my god! I
started watching Lovecraft Country, and I'm digging this dude.
Hey, where's BK? BK, everybody, come on, man! Like this guy right here. You guys give me it all, but I actually am looking forward to seeing Echo.
Yeah. Anyway,
might not be.
Clear your plans for this weekend because we can all watch Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers this Friday on Disney Plus.
I can't see what Joe's thing is. Is that Doc is in the picture?
What?
What is Joe's picture here? He changed it again. Joe, what's your picture? What's your little emoji?
Looks like I said Doc Ellis.
Hey, Rescue Rangers. Once again, something I'll be watching on Disney Plus.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it'll be.
Good. Then I'll be fine with it. Yes.
Like
don't expect it to be good. Don't expect it to be good. No, don't expect it to be right. No.
I'm expecting it to be funny. That's all. Just make
I'm expecting it to be. If Roger Rabbit is here, this is where my expectations of Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, and I have a feeling they're going to meet those expectations.
That's fine. A sad goodbye to Patton Oswalt's MODOK show. It's not being renewed.
Boo, boo, boo. Where was it again? Amazon? That's the problem. Or no, it was on Hulu.
It was Hulu.
I think it would be funny. I think it would be funny if they did like 10. Remember like the G.I. Joe, like the end of G.I. Joe where they did the little PSA.
Oh, with the more you know?
Yeah, like think about if they did these little MODOKs and PSAs at the end of like the Moon Knight, like each episode, you got a little PSA from MODOK. You know, it'd be like a little 5-minute thing or whatever afterwards.
I think that would be beginning, like before the movie, like a pre.
Well, I was talking about the TV shows, like you do it in the Disney Plus ones, like you really see, or whatever.
No, I'm thinking of it like we talked about Roger Rabbit. Remember how they had like the little cartoon before the movie would start? Like do something in that kind of.
Yeah, you could do something like that. Whatever. What I'm just saying is, I think if you get like just little bite-sized bits of this, I think it would have worked better. But
you know what I want more of? I want more Hit Monkey. I like that Hit Monkey animated show.
Oh yeah, Hit Monkey was good.
I want more Hit Monkey personally. Sticking with Hulu. Looks like they're going to be bringing us a more comics accurate version of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay. I mean, I won't hate it, but I don't really need it.
Why? I mean, okay.
They need content.
Oh, that.
I guess.
Ask a silly question.
I mean, nobody's expected to return. Like, it's not a continuation, and like it's a complete redo. But just to remind everybody of the weird inclusion of Tom Sawyer, because apparently we need an American actor in there, otherwise no Americans are going to go see this movie. Like, wait a second,
What's up, Dub?
all these European literary characters, we can't watch this movie.
Double O, were you at Motor City? There's somebody. I think he might have been. All right. Anyways, go ahead.
I don't know. Well, Double O can answer you. One more for Hulu. I'm looking forward to this. Solar Opposites will be back this July. This is a weird, but entertaining animated show.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that. If you watch it, then you know what I'm talking about.
I do not watch it.
You should. For the Wall People episodes alone, the Wall People need their own show. That said, well, it's also done by one of the Rick and Morty guys, not Dan Harmon, the other guy. And speaking of Rick and Morty, we've got a Rick and Morty spinoff coming in the anime, kind of style. I know they've been doing those shorts. They show up like really late on what is it, like Cartoon Network or wherever the heck it is. They put these like weird little one-off episodes. But yeah, see, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Wall People are gold. James, if you've never heard it, it's on Hulu. Solar Opposites. If you like the Rick and Morty style of animation and humor, like Solar Opposites, takes it to a different area, different level. It's weird, but entertaining. Sci-fi kind of jokey type stuff. But again, more Rick and Morty, because apparently they're doing a Vindicator spinoff as well that I didn't know that they were doing. But we'll move on. Even though Corbin and Marco both left me, I know Corbin would probably miss this of why we're not getting a Wonder Twins movie, but we're not getting the Wonder Twins because apparently it's too damn expensive. $75 million was the budget they wanted for this Wonder Twins movie. So I guess they said, you know what? It's just not in the cards for us. Not at those prices. I mean, it's to be fair. It'd be hard to recoup that, I guess, in subscriptions because I don't think a lot of people are going to say, you know what? I haven't picked up HBO Max just yet. But, man, they're bringing the Wonder Twins. Yeah, I doubt those are conversations that are occurring. So, we'll keep rolling. Keep rolling on through the news without them. Batman. Gotham Knights gave us a first look at the Batman cowl from that movie, or that series. And apparently they're going with the classic blue.
Oh.
Interesting.
Nice.
I mean, he's not going to be around because Batman's gone, but... he
apparently
would have been a blue look.
Real quickly, Dub Low, you made my video. You made my recap video that we'll be showing. God,
I don't know if I could keep up with the. Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
I think I'm back in the saddle, guys.
Okay. You guys missed the Wonder
just like
Twins.
Speed Day. I'm ready to love again.
Yeah, you guys missed Wonder Twins. You missed the Rick and Morty bits. I was talking to Solar Opposites, trying to convince more people to watch it.
Oh yeah, no. I was fixing my face. No, but that cow. I mean, I'm gonna try it. Ooh, yeah. I'm not doing that though.
A lot of negative reaction to Lucifer here.
I couldn't tell you why. Lucifer. I'm still here. One sec.
I don't know. I mean, I want to see it first. I mean, it's Sandman. It's not.
Yeah.
It's Sandman. It's going to be.
Yeah. No, it's
different.
fine.
It's going to be weird. Yeah. It's going to be. Yeah. Keep an open mind. That said, where's Sticks at? Sticks in the chat because he's probably the only one who's probably going to care about my Doctor Who news. But we're getting the 10th Doctor apparently on set for the special.
I think we need to do something like this. Like I was talking to my
Doctor
friend,
and Donna.
Tim Arnstead, and he might too be liking your Doctor Who stuff. But I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to put it like days at work. How many days at work? How many days do we have to waste time with talking about Doctor Who? Just for you,
we can do a little Doctor Who. There's also Matt Smith rumors too.
Honorable Tim Arnstead.
We can have another multiple Doctor episode coming up soon. That's what I'm kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mark.
I'm gonna have to breeze through the next thing because this is incorrect. I don't have any gaming news. This is old.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
let me skip through this. I thought I deleted this section.
Good stuff. Looks good. Titanfall 3.
Last week though. This was last week's news. That's why. Yep. I forgot to delete that.
My mom likes Doctor Who. That's the perfect statement for Doctor Who, I believe.
Oh, be quiet, Jedi. Anyway, we got some comic news, I guess, if we can call it comic news. Apparently, the writers of Venom have decided that they like the look of Yellow Jacket in the first Ant-Man movie and decided, you know what, that's what we want our new look for Sleeper Venom to be, because that's all I see. And they say, I guess they also like the Arkham Asylum Bane. We're going to put a lot of jars and things and cords on them.
What the bleep are we
It
doing?
is what it is.
Oh, good Lord. Who's writing this piece of trash? Do we know?
Is it Ram V?
Okay, go.
I don't know. I'm not really paying attention. Actually, I think I stopped on Venom. I said, you know what? I'm tapping out.
Yeah.
Tapping out on the pull list on Venom because just I've fallen so far behind anyway. Who cares?
90s are coming back, man.
Yeah, I don't know what this is either. They just can't leave well enough alone.
Yeah,
apparently.
they just gotta keep bringing on Stacey back. That's Marvel, the king of unoriginal. They're not original anymore. All the stories are recycled. They don't go new
bring her back again, I guess.
I'm sorry, Batman. What did you say?
I said that they're not original. I mean, why you gotta keep bringing?
Holy Batman! What did you just say?
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
listen, I'm not trying to call out. I'm just saying Marvel's being unoriginal right now. Batman is a staple. At least they're coming with new stories. Dark Crisis is coming out in June.
I'm sorry. Did they reboot Batman again? Is that what you just said?
They didn't reboot Whatever. All right, next.
New creative team.
Oh, Lord.
We're going to do that every few years.
Exactly.
Yeah, they do it. It's the same. It is the same.
Did you not see Bruce Wayne might be bi-curious now?
Oh, Jesus. No, I didn't.
Yeah. Look out to
we know this already. He shared a bed with what's his name all the time. It's not new.
I'm not saying I like this. In fact, I really don't. But yeah,
they're recycling it.
Even who?
Well, he used to always share. Hey, Master Bruce, nice to wake you up.
Oh no, but now they've done one where he basically might be insinuating by Chip Zdarsky, of course it is, to be in or at least to be curious in order to like secure information. So the point being, we might be rebooting a very important part of Batman's mythology. I'm being very facetious. Anyways, I really don't care. It's really annoying in some ways, but yeah.
Wow, that is like a terrible looking Gwen Stacy,
isn't it?
That looks like a Karen over there at the ball team, mad that they didn't give her extra beans on her.
But isn't that what Gwen Stacy? I mean, isn't that what Gwen Stacy is? Just a glorified. Yeah.
Yeah,
but still, I just don't like the current JR. It's just
Bri. Just gave you a little bit, Bri. Gave you a little bit. This is ugly. That's a terrible cover.
Yeah. This is overstating, I think. Like, I'm reading these articles and things. They just permanently changed his role and really just revamped his whole back history. Did they? Because he apparently has deviant and eternal DNA intentionally. Ooh.
Yeah, JRJ sucks. Yeah, I get it.
I don't.
Junior.
I don't know. It's
maybe
much ado about nothing to me. Still there.
Are we doing this one again? I actually like his last origin story. It's pretty okay.
No, they're just kind of touching a little bit on it, and it's just this whole thing. I guess with the current, I'm not reading the current Eternals run, so I'm behind on this stuff. But it's just
you and nobody else. I mean,
I don't think was this really, something that's newsy. But I mean, I put it in here as news because I thought it was kind of funny. I think it was on CBR. I think I got this from. I'm like, huh, really?
Fair enough.
It is what it is. But moving on, Marvel just decided, you know what? We don't need Conan. They just not re-upping. They just decided, nope.
They're not lying.
Yeah,
we don't need Conan. So they just let it lapse. And,
I'm okay with that.
Conan will end technically, I guess, with King Conan #6, the Jason Aaron thing. I think that's technically the last. But I don't know what that means for Savage Avengers, which just started again, and he's right there in the middle.
Oh, you mean when Marvel starts something, they're just going to cut it off at the legs and not let it finish, and then
he's right in the middle.
I mean, whatever.
But yeah, it is what it is. But for Corbin, I do have a little bit of DC stuff.
Thank you.
Not a lot, because there wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
But
we're kind of biding our time until Dark Crisis,
This is just an art book, from what I gather. of all of his detective covers and DC covers. It seems like some form of a art book on
Interesting.
for Lee Bermejo, who did the infamous, Batwang.
It'd be awesome is if the actual inside of the books match the outside of these books. Like they're super cool and super great on the outside, but once you start getting into them,
Yeah.
all you get to see is bat penis.
Well, that was the inside was like the outside. It's just you got a little extra.
Wow. I mean, I
then
like it. I think it's a good cover. I think it's interesting.
You like bat penis? Yeah. Okay.
No, not at all. Oh my gosh. I like the artwork. Like I like the design, like the suit, whatever. I was horrible timing by myself. I deserve that, Marco. Good, well played.
That's a softball you just like released.
Yep,
It's all right.
you knock, yep. Like throwing a ball to Aaron Judge.
On the tip feather in DC's cap, Nightwing apparently is leading the Eisner Award with 5 nominations.
To be honest with you, Nightwing's actually pretty good.
I haven't been reading it, but I've gotten a couple of them. But
Corbin, where'd you go?
I just one of the single.
What happened? I think he had a heart attack. I complimented
no.
Nightwing, and he died of a heart attack.
No, my computer. I didn't mean to do that, bro. No, I actually thought Nightwing was cool, especially that latest one. In fact, that number 87. I love the way it was done. Yeah, the 87 was beautifully done in that like motion. Just great art. Great art.
Yeah.
It
reminded me of a.
Shout out to DC, right, Marco?
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got listen, man, as much as you think I'm a hater, I pull for them, and when they do something right, I'm all for it. The problem is 99% of the time they just give you retreaded trash. So
I mean, I thought that was more. Yeah, all right, that's cool. Yeah, all right.
To be fair,
it's true. To be fair,
all right, but I did this issue wasn't bad. Like I said, it gave me like a little bit of a Wes Anderson vibe with some of the layouts, almost like the Hawkeye run did with. But that's it. That's what we got. I tried to keep it tight, even though we had a little extra video game leftovers stuck in there by accident. But that was our news for this week.
38 minutes of tightness. All right. That
was nice.
SJW hasn't them removed. Okay. Bruno, what is doing the best work on Creed? Okay, yeah. He's not doing bad at all. Also, there. Okay. Now we are going to. Yes. I wasn't going to do that.
No, man. Take that off. No,
you know who's telling you that.
That's
I
Matt.
do. Shout out to Matt.
All right, so here we go.
Always,
we got a little. So the con was crazy. Like I said, I didn't even share. So I didn't even share some of the top books I got. I didn't even tell people about them because they're a great deal. But I will do that at the end after 5 for 5. But first, I'm going to give you a little video. And guess what? We have a guest appearance. Hey, Jeffrey. 38 minutes of tightness. Okay, stop making me laugh. We have a little bit of a guest appearance. There's a lot of people out there. Really want to thank people that showed up, and I got to hang out. I actually did spend some time digging with a lot of different people. It's really fun to like do that. So I appreciate all the people that asked me to do it or want to hang out for a little bit, especially including Obi. He spent a good portion of the day with me. Dan did too. James, big shout out to James. Justin, the boys were there. Everybody was there.
Dan's calling you out.
I know.
You're a secret pickup.
I know.
Guy, huh?
No, but to be honest, hey, that's not 100% true. I do. Well, Dan didn't even see these, so I'll give you a little tasty. I did make a side deal early on a Thursday for it was $100 tasty.
DK's given Sozo the TKO on you.
She might have. No, she's very nice. She's very nice. So I'll give you a little preview of something I'll show later. But this is something that even Dan didn't get to see because I told him on Thursday. Made a little deal. I didn't want anybody to see him.
Oh,
so as you know, DC when it was good showcase doing the creeper.
Yep. Oh, that's nice.
And by the way, real quickly for those whoever was the person out there who ended up buying that Dead Man before I did, and then came by and did that fake, like, let's talk real loud so he can know that I watch his show. But I'm not going to say hi to him, and then I'm going to buy the book he's looking for, Strange Adventures. Yeah, I saw you, dude. It just doesn't impress me, okay? But I did still get a Strange Adventure thrown in. All right, there you go.
So the guy was walking around. Just say hi and say, I bought your
book. Say hi and be like, oh, I bought your book. I'll be like, oh, that's funny, dude. Don't do the thing you did, man. That's just, it's creepy and like, whatever. It's creepier than I am. So like, that's bad. All right, Batman 99. This is all part of a $100 deal, and then I threw in this little Crisis 2, so I got all those for $100, which not bad. That's probably the most I spent. The rest I didn't even spend that much on, but I got a whole bunch of other stuff we'll show you later, going through the dollar bits and stuff. Did people recognize your clipboard? They sure did. All right.
He wasn't
so
seeing a movie, so there was no need for the clipboard.
By the way,
It's
people in
only
the chat,
movie viewing.
there's going to be a lot of people in the chat that probably made the clip. It's a 30. I'm not gonna lie, it's 30-minute video. But I'm not going to point them out, so they have to point themselves out. If you want to be exposed and you want to be doxxed, feel free to point yourself out in the video. Except for the first guy. Start off. There's a great interview in here, and I split up in different tiers, so I'll try not to talk to him.
Guy, oh, it's Comic Man Andy. That's a great way to start off Motor City Comic Con. You're not.
It was pretty packed on Saturday, by the way.
I'm hyped just looking at this. Like, this is going to be a crowd.
Flip flops.
Yeah, I was just going to show how busy it was. It was pretty busy.
Yeah, I'll lower the music a little bit. We talk. Who was so good?
Two. One is somebody we know.
Are you getting into the contest? All right,
Oh,
fair enough.
but I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Did you see this? They got the
501st was great. Like, they really went over and above. I get a couple of views of them. This first section right here, this little intro section, is just kind of going around showing you what it was like on Saturday and kind of how busy it was. We're going to go through, like, the signing area. Yeah, I know. I probably should cut that out. I wanted to get how big that Chewie was. Look how big that guy is. Huge. Oh, dude, this second sister was dope.
I mean, how you get that costume done already is really quickly. And the sidekick Jedi.
He
which
Prince,
is nice.
like, almost won because of that costume, by the way. That was lucky win.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the adult one. I went to the kid one.
Man,
The
I
kids
can't
were
believe
actually-
that's. Oh, they just.
I raised your volume a little bit so we can hear you over
Yeah.
it.
So this, hey, look, whose kids are those? Don't let that happen. You trashed the whole thing.
That's cool.
What do you mean?
That's IG-11.
You
not
touching
even-
the
Dude,
glass?
you see, there's a rail. You didn't see that back there? Some kids went up and just tossed the rail.
Oh,
Yes.
no, I missed it.
Oh, that's cool. And in this little section here, for some reason, there's all the anime kids always hang out in this back.
For some reason, this corner always got people from anime.
It is like being cool.
Yeah, they just like to hide in the corners.
Like under the bleachers.
How's it going,
Turn
fellas?
this up a little bit.
No, hold them so I can. Ooh, look at these.
I know, Pat. I walked.
These. You didn't
These are
hold
pretty
them?
cool. These
You
are
still
like
jacked
green
up a monster?
comic books.
Well,
You
here,
know,
hold this
I'll
and I'll put it. You can just take pictures.
I gave it to somebody else that doesn't shake.
That's still cool. I don't care how tiny you say
Captain.
it is.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, Punisher
Hey, you just
Armory.
left. No, you gotta go.
I gotta figure out what's going on too. I don't know if it's like this thing, but it looks like it's missing information.
72. Oh, yes. Was this the same guy that had the 3D stuff? That's cool.
I didn't want to buy the 3D stuff,
Weird.
so I gave it to Matt. That's the winner.
Any CB23s?
Yeah.
For Steve
That's
Horn?
not even the winner. These weird guys aren't even the winners. No, it's me.
Just randomly walk.
No, I know the guy. I bought some stuff from him. It's shitty.
Somebody lost their key, by the way.
Ooh.
Steals terror. One.
Is this who you got the other animal from?
Yeah.
That's Daniel.
I remember that from the old school vintage Voyage days.
These are keys.
He's got Daniel. Somebody else got Daniel. I look for good things.
That is so cool. That's the fitting line. And did you get the 52 also before? No?
That?
Did you get the one in between them before? Isn't there one in
We
between?
don't have those. I think
Those are sweet.
I think it was good.
No, I don't think so. No, they have
Yeah.
the one in between, or else it's not worth it.
I think it was good.
Already, huh? What you gotta do?
Wow, I can't believe it. I'm going to be definitely grading the annuals and
We just manhandling other people's books.
Let the hobby pay for itself.
I got to go through.
That road is
Who's Ski
Oh,
Ball?
look at that transition.
Oh, okay, no. Who is
Oh,
that?
either.
I tried to transition now.
I
Who is
got
this
to
guy?
Good guy.
Who's
Bane?
Ski Ulrich?
He Ulrich.
He Ulrich?
Ulrich.
Where?
Hey, guys.
All right, I got
Remember
you.
he
Oh,
was
that's the
Ulrich?
line?
Dude, his line, he was the only guy.
He's from the first screen.
Dude, people loved him there, dude. Like, he absolutely loved him. He was the only one. This is actually pretty sad because you'll see this is Alicia Silverstone over here. I did this today. I'm saying hi to my old brother. There she is in the background. It's like, you want to go to Comic-Con? Like, dude, you don't want to go to Comic-Con. It's like, yeah. And I was like, why? It's like, she looks like, and I'm like, what the heck? And then Obi brought up a good point. Like, why would you just look it up on the internet? But look at how sad this is. This is Saturday during the rush. Like, you start looking at this, Danny Trejo's line was terrible.
Oh, no Trejo fans?
He was there. There wasn't a lot of people there. That one guy was the only guy. Now we're going to keep going. There's somebody named Rose. And nobody. Ethan Page right there. I see him. Don't worry about it. Ethan Page. I can't get it. See, I can't even get it.
Yeah, you're moving too much.
I know.
It's like a Blair Witch project.
I got a story about Ethan Page. He's actually a very nice guy. MJ guy never showed up. MJF, you never saw him either. This is prime time Saturday. This is
MJF.
Whoever this was decided not to show up.
He might be coming to the WWE.
Look at all these people wandering around, sad. Shatner was the main draw. He couldn't bring anybody. Shatner on Friday came in because they didn't have the screen up. He was wearing a mask, so he took a picture with him. He has 3 feet. He was in a mask. And then, so the yellow shirts mean that those people are actually there to take pictures. The other ones mean that they are just not there.
That guy wasn't even wearing a shirt.
There's nobody there. That's the line for pictures. Shat, I think, was doing pictures at that point. And then Shat may just stand 3 feet away. Yeah, I see that. I'm like, this is garbage. Nobody cares.
All right, as I was saying, going to talk to Reese's today. I've known these guys for a bit, probably like 8 years at this point. They've always got the best books. They were actually one of the first people I remember to have like high-end, high-grade horror. And we're going to talk to him a little bit about that. We're going to talk to him a little bit about how his market's changing.
Old school Green Lanterns.
Man, what's it's like probably to be on the road and stuff like that, because they go everywhere. So today, we have Austin.
How's it going, guys?
It's one of the brothers, the better looking one, as I would say.
Yep.
Journey?
We met way back in
a lot of nice books
Nickel City. It was Nickel City, right?
Yeah, Nickel City Comic Con. Happenstance at the hotel bar.
At the hotel.
We were both in town for the show.
It was a good show. It was fun. They were doing CGC grading there. It was great. But they've always had impressive stuff. So real quickly, could you just give an overview of like maybe who you are, what your dad, everything else? And
Sure, yeah. So like he said, my name's Austin, part of the Reese family, Reese's Rare Comics. My dad started the business about 14 years ago now. He previously owned a comic store in the 90s that didn't work out. That was post-Valiant crash, so didn't really have the best luck with comics at the time, but did learn a lot. And when we restarted in 2008, it was just wanted to focus on vintage comics. We didn't really do anything with the modern comics. We don't own a storefront. We just do online retail. And we travel to all these different kinds of shows, which is where we get to meet a ton of great people and see what else everybody has to bring.
So that's one thing that's interesting is you said the Valiant crash. And for those people that don't know, because I know a lot of you there's a lot of new people in the comic book industry now who started during the pandemic years, right?
Right, sure.
There's just a ton. And what that is, the Valiant crash.
Oh yeah, there was just so many books coming out. People were speculating on absolutely everything. I'm sure you guys have seen a bunch of the Chrome covers and all the variant covers from the 90s that actually now are starting to pick up a little steam. Oh, yeah. But at the time, they were just flooding the market. There was way too much supply with not nearly enough demand. Everybody thought they were going to get rich buying a Spider-Man 1. And it just kind of
the
crashed.
Death of Superman.
Right, it just crashed the market in general. And they really lost a lot of steam, even going all the way back to vintage stuff. So it just wasn't a great time for comic books. And like I said, though, that was a learning experience and kind of gave us a model going forward for what we wanted to focus in and kind of be really good in one area, which is, as you can see, a lot of high-grade vintage books, both Marvel and DC. We try and carry something from all there. And even are working a little bit with some modern books now as well.
And you guys are going, like, it's 7 days a week, 365, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what we're doing. We're, if I'm not on the road, I'm in the office. I'm listing, books on the website. It takes so much time just to process stuff, scan material. You have to grade it. You have to price it. Just getting through one long box of inventory sometimes will take 6 to 7 hours to get it fully up on the website. So that's what we're doing, but we want to provide, you know, high quality customer service. We want to provide nice books, and we want to do it in a format that's easy to use. So if you haven't been on our website, you can check it out at www.reesecomics.com. And that's where we're listing things every day. So it's kind of fun. You can go in, just check it out on a Monday when you got a couple minutes at work, you know, refresh the newer.
Yeah.
Because you guys press now, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
When did that become big for you guys?
I mean, it was, I would say, you know, even when we started, there was kind of like the whispers, you know, of like, oh, people can work this magic on these books, but we certainly didn't know anyone who was doing it, and we weren't doing it at the time. And you know, a lot of people, like you said, who are new to the hobby, don't really remember that it was a very highly contested issue.
It was.
A lot of people were saying, is this restoration? Is it not? You're altering the book. And there's valid points to be made on both sides, but ultimately, you know, the market kind of decided that pressing is totally acceptable. So I would say, you know, around 2010, 2011 is kind of, you know, when it became a lot more prevalent on a national scale, and also when we started kind of getting in ourselves.
I'm actually surprised too, because I'm from that time period too, and even when the debate was there, and I was a big pressing's okay, cleaning is not. Cleaning,
right?
Because that was like part of the line where some of us were saying it's okay to press,
right,
but cleaning is a bad one. And in Silver Age and Gold Age, it's a little bit different than, you know, the modern stuff. I mean, I know the 100%. Modern people are a little bit different, but
yeah, I think context matters when you're talking about that kind of stuff.
You can fix
and,
Marvel
you know,
color,
that's why, right? You know, CGC grades books differently too. You know, if you send in a Golden Age book versus a Modern Age book, they're going to grade it a little bit differently based on the paper quality, based on how comics were treated back in the day. You know, you'll see some Golden Age books that have slight, you know, notes that'll say, you know, small amount of glue on cover or whatever.
And a non-manufactured staple.
Right, that will get still in a blue label that wouldn't get one on a modern book.
Right.
And that's why I think the context matters when you're talking about these kind of things.
And that's why I think, like, when people don't understand, because I always say, if you're going to start someplace, if you're going to start as an investor or collector, get into the Silver Age, because the Silver Age gives you enough knowledge on how to adapt to it. You can see what the apps are, and then you won't complain that much. I mean, I never complain, and I know we've all got we've gotten grades that don't make sense coming back to CGC.
Right.
At the end of the day, they usually equal out for us. And you guys do a lot. Like, you do way more volume. You know, we might do 1,200 books through CGC. You guys obviously do way more than we do.
Right.
So, like...
Yeah, it's one of those things where anyone can point to, you know, one book and complain about a certain thing, and at the end of the day, they're human. I think, you know, they're trying their best, and look, they've done a great job standardizing a scale that, you know, before they were around, you'd have 10 different dealers call a 5.0, a CGC 5.0. It could be anywhere from a 4.0 to a 6.5, depending on who you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great that we have that, you know, common scale that we can all use now. And like you said, if you send 10,000 books, you know, the vast majority of those are all going to be accurately
graded, right? So this is something interesting we talked about a little bit earlier when probably 2 years after we met. You guys still, like, I just noticed this down here, like, you had, what was it? There's something new that you guys had down here, and there's a lot of these, like, even the Bronze Age book you guys weren't really getting into in the grading back then. You were kind of sticking mainly to silver and gold, and now you've moved even past the Bronze Age to a little bit of modern.
Sure. Yeah, so it's kind of just us reflecting what the market wants. You know, 5-10 years
Different
ago,
level
to be quite
of
honest with you, Bronze Age
level.
book wouldn't make the wall because a Star Wars one, whatever, would be $50 in my boxes out here.
Yeah.
You know, the market changed so much that now that's something that I'm getting asked for, and the price has crept up to the point where it does belong on the wall. You know, we're talking about books that are now 50 years old, and it's just
the bottom of the
way
wall
people are
with the wall.
perceiving them. You know, the thing with quote-unquote modern books is really that cutoff for us is like 1995.
Right.
And so you're talking about some books that are going to be 27 years old at this point.
Right.
And to your point, you know, we used to not deal as much with moderns. It's so much work. There's always new stuff coming out. There's always new variants. There's always new this.
Right.
And it was just a lot for us to kind of dip our toes into that market. But now more and more we're realizing that there's a lot of staying power with some of these books, and we want to be as knowledgeable as we can in all areas.
Yeah, it's great. Well, hey, thanks a lot. Make sure you check them out at Reese's Comics again. Or what other cons you got this year? You're going to Florida next week.
Yeah, we'll be in MegaCon. We're going to be in Heroes in June. We'll be in San Diego and TorpedoCon in July. We will be in C2E2 in August. We will be in Baltimore in September, and we'll be in New York in October, I think.
And, yeah, and Baltimore's their home con too, so they usually put on a good show over there. Make sure you're doing it. You guys were, I will give you this, I think you guys were a little bit above the curve on the horror comics.
Thanks,
I remember
man.
when you guys started grading them, and we got kind of upset because we used to go to Baltimore. We used to go grab them out of the 3 dealers that were really close to the, the grading, the on-site grading.
Right.
We just take them out and grade them real quickly. And then we saw them on your walls, and we're like, dang it, dude, the gig is up.
Yeah,
We're done.
I will say a lot of things are cyclical in this industry, and I think pre-code horror had its moment in the sun. I think it's coming back around again. And I think that's going to be true with a lot of other, different genres over the next few years.
It's funny because like that big wave from the COVID thing, I always say they're getting more educated, right? So they've had 2 years now, and then they start to see actually what this rarity is.
Yep.
And kind of things. I think we're at that point. Well, thanks again. Hey, it was really great. I appreciate it. I will talk to you later. The doors are about to open, so I'm gonna get going. All right, it is Saturday. It's Saturday.
So a couple things real quickly. So they are going to Mega. It was interesting because when they used to be in Baltimore as their home con, there was 1 year, it was like 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, anybody else going to MegaCon, let us know in the chat. But 6 or 7 years ago, they actually brought in their warehouse. And at the time, they weren't doing Bronze Age really. So and when I'm saying warehouse, they brought in like 300 to 400 long boxes. It was pretty dope.
Who did?
Reese's. Because they didn't use to grade Bronze Age, they didn't use to grade Modern. They didn't. It was only silver and gold, man. Wow. Oh yeah, I made a fortune. The horrific comic was $2,200 for 1.8. The AF-15, the higher grade, was $200,000. Yeah, and the lower grade, I think it was like a 2 or something like that, was $20,000.
Still a little slow. My wallet.
They're gonna show it for $10. It's a 9.9. It's not a 9.9 DCU. I sold mine too cheap.
What is that? Which one?
That's the
Impulse.
Oh, hey Matt.
Huh?
First Impulse.
Oh wow.
Was that
What do
92?
you think?
Hey, when you all can do better camera work, please come out and do it. Show me how. I'm
What
all
is
for
that? No.
Which strange is that? Strange, I always get.
Oh, but that box looks pretty nasty. I've got 2 of these. Let's see the condition.
Oh,
It's actually not as good a condition as I have, so let's put that back.
Perez,
$500?
interior art on that.
Just try to steal from Star Wars.
4-storm variant.
Let me see the 4-storm variant.
It's
From
actually
Dawn of the Jedi.
Is that the 1 in 5?
I'll back out. Ooh.
One sec, let me.
What about that Worlds of Fear?
It's at least organized by title now. Okay.
I'm very confused because I first reading books and wanting to look at other books.
Let's
mark it.
Isn't that the 1 in 5 for that?
98s are like 600.
You're a little aggressive on your raw price there, broski.
Sometimes
No. Dude,
Ooh, the mild preview up there, huh?
I gave that book away to somebody.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'm out of here.
No, are you going? I'm going with you.
I'm glad I asked. Sorry. No, it's all good.
This is Matt's booth, though. He actually does a really good job.
And I got that big.
Doesn't help that I see this couple times. Oh, wait, hey. Huh? What? Who's that in the background? Who's that?
I don't know who's that.
I didn't know who it was either.
Who is it?
I'm not doxing I said I'm not doxing anybody.
Oh,
Something I tell
Spectre Comics 85. First Galactus 6,500. The Rainbow Batman.
Rainbow
What?
Batman.
You okay? You okay?
Marco, how much did you spend at a con?
8.5. That's pretty good.
If I ask,
How much did I spend?
like money
He
wise,
doesn't
how
spend
much
much.
you normally spend?
Yeah, I spent under 200.
100?
Under 200.
Okay, I'm trying to do around the same kind of ballpark.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah.
Depends what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
see, for me, it's just some good trades, like rare trades. I'm not really yet in the collecting phase, at least not in affordable. Like, I don't know enough to buy like good deals. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll say this: like you start, and I think Dan and Obi and Andy and everybody will tell you this. Like part of it's building relationships with these guys.
It was that you
No, that's what third style.
Yeah, it was you in the background too. Elmo. You were peeking on the back part of the corner.
Oh, with Mario?
I didn't know that was him until after he said, "Oh, that." So we took back by the booth. He wasn't there, and I was like, "Oh, cool." Yeah, Mario. All those. It was pretty cool, like all that alien stuff. So I'm with Brian right now, and we had bought in the auction a bunch of years old, a big load of all those. So I thought that would be said. He's making fun of me. So I want to change it. But since no, I got so there you go. He had a nice booth, man. That Dub Low booth was cool. It was a lot of good stuff. Man. Good choices.
Devil Seat. Yeah, this is. I'm not there yet on this stuff.
So this is Harley's, obviously.
Yep.
And Cook, you let him know Harley, the Overstreet guy too. He's funny as shit. MSU grad. And he'll deal. I mean, just be nice to him. Especially if you didn't smile. Oh yeah, my fingers are all cut up from the open top mark. Yeah, I don't like him either, Dan. Yeah, I have a problem with that.
Open top Mylars? Oh.
Yeah, my fingers are all cut up. So like later on, because this is we'll talk about that more. This is Bell's. Look at how many boxes are there. So Brian, we do a thing where we walk in and we talk about how
Bell's is bigger than Waimea, bro.
What?
Sorry, just doing a Point Break line. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
JJ would probably get it.
There's an interesting thing. He started off with $2 books, and he went down to $1 on what day was it? Saturday. There's Lauren's booth. We've seen his booth a bunch, so I didn't go through it. And plus, he brought those people over from earlier. Yeah. So look, he's got up my comment. There's a foreign comment that he's been showing up that lately. I'm gonna go back here, and I didn't. I don't know why I didn't go back. Deal with like. No, I just
first time at a big show too.
Yeah. I like I said, I didn't even know. I didn't. We'll go back. We'll take a screenshot of Dub Low creeping in the corner and looking at me like this. Well,
that's $333 for the long Halloween. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the whole set.
This is 4 times cheap. I'm seeing how it works. After what's somebody dressed for
you gotta get you a Steadicam chest rig.
I have. I didn't put it on.
He got through with the trade with Harley. And let's see what you got for your trade for Harley. Dude, I mean, look at how clean that cover is. Let's turn it so we can see a little bit. God, the Submariner Human Torch cover, there we go. The backside looks good too. It's actually really clean. I mean, honestly, a little bit of that dust stuff could probably come off, but it's beautiful. But then he decided, I said, what's else in the bag? And he's like, oh, I like Schaumburg. And then look at this. Now listen, this is it's only a 3L, right? You get what's his name too?
He just actually not bad on it.
All right, really good cover, really good cover. I was like, man, how did that only get a 3L? He goes, well, you got to look at the other side. But still, man. And he originally bought this for only $2,500. So what a good deal! What a steal, man. Dude, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for sharing your books. It's really great seeing you.
The books that he traded. Yeah, the books that he traded for that, he only spent $2,500 on, and he ended up getting, almost $9,000 worth of books back on the trade. That was really cool.
All right, boys and girls, it's day 3. Haven't given you a lot of stuff. I
say
girls,
a lot.
You got like 4 girls that watch this show, but to you 4 girls, haven't given you a lot of footage.
I think you're all
because to be honest with you, Thursday was very busy for all the pre-sales and setup and stuff. Friday was, some people said slow, but if you look at the
spread,
it was
an hour and a half per show.
Extremely busy.
Like,
The
is there
aisles
a
are still
shuttle that
bigger
picks
now
you up?
this year, but
No, not here.
It says
Whoa.
pretty packed.
Whoa.
Saturday. Hey, Brian. Saturday was game over, man. It was just, I mean,
Oh, we're good.
I've never seen this busy since the Stan Lee years. It's been going crazy. We had a lot of cool people show up. Dan the Man was there on Friday. We got to hang out almost the whole day. We went out to dinner. A couple other friends. Lauren was there. A couple other people.
How do I know this guy?
Thursday was good hunting, but some people
Usually
didn't
yelling at
open up their
people.
stuff, so we still got some great stuff going on Friday. Friday we did decent. Saturday we heard people bitching, but somebody was buying Spider-Man books with hemorrhoided anuses. I'll cut out a picture of the book that somebody was buying. I don't know why he buys this weird stuff, but he does. Spider Baby. Sorry, correction. Spider Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Look at the last picture. Look at the bottom right here. The tail of farts. That's figure that.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh
hemorrhoid.
God.
That's
Ew.
yeah.
No, he bought the whole.
Just
He
been
bought it.
unbelievably busy. You guys have been busy too, right? Dude, I can't believe how it was
Somebody's
like
gotta buy
Stan Lee busy, right?
That's gross. That Bell Books
Yeah.
sold like 28 long boxes of dollar books.
Yesterday?
No price break.
28.
Holy
dollar
shit.
each.
Is he going down again? That's another thing. One guy, very interesting selling strategy. Friday, the guy opened. He wouldn't open on Thursday. Friday, he opened. Everything was $2, I think, right? I mean, he had $5 in higher stuff. No deals.
Early.
No early dealers. Opened up his boxes. Then he switched them to Saturday. It was $1 a piece. And on Saturday, with $1 a piece, he went through 28 long boxes, no deals. It's been crazy. I mean, I know people said that Saturday they didn't get any good finds, but I just don't think you dig hard enough if you didn't find anything, because you found good shit on them.
Yeah.
I know Obi the Gray found some good shit. I obviously found some good shit. So
But without
luckily,
deals,
it's not wrapped around the back like it was yesterday. It was wrapped both ways
well,
around the back.
sometimes
It's
you can
only
get
out
people
front
to buy
line.
more.
But,
It's like, well, if you stick
I'll run inside in a minute
$50,
and
you know what I
give you
mean?
guys some footage.
Like miles from the market, so maybe that'll keep the crowd lower.
Well, the Shatner people didn't buy shit. The fucking Trekkies came out. Did you see them on the floor?
Still tactically. I didn't see it.
There were, I saw like 3 Trekkies. They don't have pockets. They have no money. And they smell bad. So, I mean, it's how many.
Wow.
Alienating everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so Mika. There was a deal that went down with Mika. She, one of our friends,
Micah?
Bill, actually, Bill can tell you guys if you're at MegaCon about this. But she comes around and Bill's like, "Hey." She comes up to Bill and goes, "Hey, do you have any Souza Mika covers?" And he's like, "I don't know who he is." And she's like, "Well, it's me, Souza Mika." And he goes,
She.
"Oh
me.
well, I'm really sorry, but like
My friend Luke's here.
Hold on.
I've known him. We do a
what books did you do?" And she points up to this book right here that she's doing. You could see the one on the cover. Hold on, let me read. The one here with all the diamonds. And she's like, "Well, that's my book right there. How much do you have on it?" And it was in a couple $100. And he was like, she's like, "That's like 3 times what they pay me to do the covers." She ended up selling it for. It was really cool. Later on, I brought her by the booth. She's coming by. I didn't bring her by the booth. She's walking by the booth while we were cleaning up. And I was like, "Hey, I saw you filming, but this guy was getting something done and it was taking forever. So I'm trying not to interrupt, but I was like going to say like hi because some of the guys in chat the last time said we should see her or whatever." And she's like sitting there. She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, if it was weird that I was just filming you and didn't say anything, it was because I didn't want to interrupt or whatever." She's like, No. She's like, "I just wanted to know if you want something." And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's weird interrupting artists when they're trying to make money. I'm not trying to do that. Right. So, she talked about, she actually was doing for this guy a remark, and this was taking so long. All those diamonds, she started platinum them it. But then I introduced them to my buddy. Remember, there's 2 brothers that I work with, and the one I go, "Yeah, this is Suzu Mika," and he's like, "Micah," and he goes, "Yeah," he goes, "Okay," and I was like, "Hey, you know that Catwoman 95?" It's like, "That's her." Like, he's like, "Oh, the Adam Hughes cover," and I go, or whatever the number was, and he's like, he's like, I'm like, "No, this one," and I showed him the picture, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's Adam Hughes. Oh, she does Adam Hughes knockoffs." And I was like, "No, she doesn't do Adam." I'm like, "She doesn't do Adam Hughes knockoffs."
Wow.
She did that. So that, but not 3 hours before that. Not 3 hours before that, his brother now, right? I've been trying to get Ethan Page to come by the booth because 900, as you saw earlier, and everybody that's at Motor City knows, there's this big wall of Marvel Legends. It's got them from year. It's like the best thing you've ever seen. He's also got the older DC stuff. He's got like Princess of Power. He's got Masters back there.
He wasn't gonna fight her.
Oh, dude, she's got a firm handshake. I'm telling you this. Let me tell you one more comment.
You back down.
Let me tell you one more comment because we did shake hands at the end. She's got a pretty firm handshake, but she is like, I realize this as an old man. Like, she reminded me what cool was when I was younger, and I will tell you, she has got it. She's not going to be cool her whole life. She's going to get old eventually. She's going to be like the rest of us. But you know that age when you're in your 20s, and you guys probably haven't had it, but I did because I definitely was cool. But there's a very small time where Corbin, not you. There's a very small time.
I haven't had it.
Window.
I've seen it.
Yeah, where you wake up and there's just an aura, right? And you know these people, and she has it. Look, at first when I met her, I was like, what is that? I was like, what is it? And then I felt the twinge of jealousy. I was like, I know what it is because I used to have. Oh shit, she's just it. She is it. She's that cool. Like, that's what she is. And like, it's one of those things, no matter what comes out your mouth, it's not a big deal to her because she's just that cool. Speaking of people who are pretty cool, then hours before this, I got Julian, Ethan Page. So I talked to him a day before. I was like, hey, pretty much after I shot that earlier scene, I was like, hey, Ethan, there's a guy over there got toys. We know Ethan loves toys. He's a big toy guy. And they had the Power Ranger sword and everything else. So I catch him walking down the con on Sunday, right towards the end. I'm like, hey, yo, I told you about that place. You want me to take you over there? BS. And he used to live where I got family in Canada and whatever. And I know he moved kind of down the way, blah, blah, blah. He's smiling. He's like, cool. I want to go to a spot. We take him outside. He's like, this is cool. This is cool. We walk inside to the other brother. Now, this one brother just called her Hughes. And like twice. And then said she stole Hughes. And like, I was like, no, do you not get? And it was the end of 4 days that were very long. I think Dub can attest to this. Like, we're all tired at this point. They don't let us bring in our trucks. We're closing down. So I'll give that one to the OG Chris. Like, it might have just been because he's tired. I was like, dude, that was her who does that.
Much longer than that list.
Man.
And the next, I'm glad the Trekkies don't like me. The next one though is Ethan. Before that, so I bring him by. I walk him in. So Ethan says, hey, is this your personal collection? And my man's just like, yeah, whatever. Da, da, da. And I said, hey, this is Ethan Page. I introduced and preed up who the guy was before. So I go, well, they used to collect back in the day. Like, they grew up in Gibraltar Trade Center. That's kind of how they learned it. And Ethan jumps up. He's like, I used to wrestle in Gibraltar. Now, Gibraltar's been closed for a long time. So my man goes,
if you guys aren't clear of who we're talking about, he is currently on AEW.
Yeah, he's a professional wrestler who wrestles for a company called AEW.
Television.
$6 Yeah.
Oh,
this is where this kick comes in. So it's like really cool because they have something in common. They used to, he used to wrestle. So my friend turns to him and goes, oh, that's nice. Do you wrestle at Taylortown now? Which is like when Gibraltar went defunct, they created this other like flea market that's like even trashier than Gibraltar. Now BK, you can add people from Taylortown onto the list of people that hate me. But they an even trashier and smaller flea market turns to him and goes, oh, that's cute. What do you do now? Wrestle at Taylortown? And Ethan goes, thank you for taking me here. It's very nice. And then just books over to Funky Town. And I go to talk to Chaz at Funky Town. And he's like, hey, I go, hey, Ethan Page is over here. He goes, why don't you go up and I go, nah, not after what just happened. I think I'm done. I don't think he'll ever talk to me again. So between the two, I really would like Suzu and Paige but yeah, I think I blew both those relationships all in one sitting. So that would be fair. That.
Based on your story, it wasn't you.
Yeah, but I'm the ones that brought him over and introduced. Like, they don't,
guilt by association, I guess.
Yeah, right. Next up, dude, there is something I'm going to ask from a lot of you. I have a friend coming up.
I get that a lot.
What's that? Yeah, guilt by association.
Guilt by association.
Yeah. Hey, are you saying you? Me? Well, I mean, you shouldn't like Trekkies anyways. Next up, we're going to do a little thing. I have a friend named Luke. He's an artist. He's one of the guys that got snubbed on a table. We're going to promote him. If you could, sub to his channel, all right? It's just a little 2-minute thing. Watch it real quick. Let's turn on the volume. All right. There she is. Man, I can't believe she platinumed all those diamonds. It took forever. Yeah. No, for real. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Obi was with me when I originally talked to him to come over too. So it was like, yeah, see, she gave me the death look there. She's like, you're a
I like
creeper.
that Harley too, but I did not buy it.
Yeah, she already thought I was a creeper, and then I did that, introduced him and my buddy.
My friend Luke's here. I've known him. We do a lot of the Great Lake Comic-Con shows together. It's been years. Sometimes he carries around championship belt. If you're around, you always see him. One problem that happened this year, though, at Motor City that really, really stinks is a lot of the vendors, a lot of the artists, they lost their spot. The lady who used to book here isn't here anymore, and then people were showing up, calling 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time, and their stuff just wasn't happening. Unfortunately, this happened to our friend Luke. Really want you guys to go out there, help support. Make sure you're checking out his channel. He's got some cool Witcher stuff, so let's go. Luke, say hi.
Hello.
All right, let's go see what he's got. Oh man, I saw it. He's got this Bob Ross Deadpool that like the Witcher stuff's good too. Pete's gonna love that. Oh, where is it? That Doctor Strange is dope.
Yep, that's a classic Steve Ditko, Doctor Strange on your internet right there. There's
my son will love the Wanda. He's all about Wanda.
Oh, sorry. There, he's coming up next. Dude, that's hilarious. I love it, man. It's great, dude.
Price to
Look
move,
at that
one of a
Look at that
kind.
it.
There you go.
Look at that bought it.
Keep going with the Witcher stuff. Let's look at it.
Hey, look, good karma. Karma right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough too. Like, I know the con's doing all right, but he wasn't the only Dan's out there. You know, Dan does this show all the time. He used to do it with his dad. Oh, that's really cool. That's a really nice shot. Zaggy, don't say anything.
Siri?
You know, he's been doing it too. He lost his booth this year. And then they're going to start putting people on the recon. Oh, there it comes. Look at that.
April O'Neil for our turtle fan?
April O'Neil.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, cool. Are you looking forward to the new Avatar movie?
It looks pretty, but it's pretty vacant, like the first one.
Yeah.
It looks like a very nicely done Planet Earth docu-series,
That's a good
but with millions in CGI instead of just nature.
Yeah, no shit. Harley, that's an interesting way of doing Harley.
Frank Cho inspired.
Nice. Supergirl. Nice. That's a pretty good one. Oh, that is dope. It's dope. I like that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, you got the rain come through it. Nice. I like that Doctor Strange. That was really cool.
Jane Foster.
Wow.
The kids are killed.
So you do live drawing at what, 10 o'clock at EST every week?
Yes, live streams on my YouTube channel weeknights at 10, and there's at 6:30 an upload every day. Except for today, my upload's gonna be at 8:30.
Nice.
Also,
All right.
draw it live.
Hey guys, do me a favor though, go sub him. He's at like 700 and change. Make sure you get there. There's all the information you need. I'll show you his.
All right, yeah. So if you guys could just sub them, at least just sub them, we'd really appreciate it. You know, once to get up to 1K really does a difference.
That's cool.
So if you guys could at least go over there, give him a sub, maybe a follow on his Instagram, I would really appreciate it. He
I'll show you
also
his channel in 1 second. Just give him the sub, dude. He's getting there. You know, we need the 1K subs.
Remind me what.
That's how a lot of these guys, including a lot of the artists that we do, actually make a little bit of money off of YouTube. Obviously, it'd really help him out. It'd really help us. He's a great guy in the community. Oh, that Doom's dope. Oh,
It's helped just to
All
pay
right.
the fees to do.
all right. Well, Luke, thanks again, man. Really appreciate it. Hang out with you for a bit and then talk to you later.
Yeah.
Oh, it's after Cho. That is a Cho.
Yeah, so how YouTube works is like when you get monetized, it pretty much is it's just enough to make the fee. So I really, I always believe in the comic karma portion. We talk about it a lot. Wait, I'm going back here to show Dub because he said, where was he? I'm gonna go find him real quickly. But the karma thing. If I could get, everybody can do it real quickly. Just give him a little sub. I usually try to buy something from an artist regularly. After that, I go through at least there. I probably spent more money giving to independent artists at these big shows than I do buying stuff off of people's boards. Because to be honest with you, prices are a little bit too expensive for what I normally buy at this cons, at the bigger ones. But their tables cost more. I mean, it is what it is. And a lot of stuff I get done on Thursday. I don't, I really, I really don't do a lot of
No, it wasn't here though, was it?
What's that?
You're looking for where Double O was?
Yeah, he's after this.
I think
right
I remember more where it was at.
No, wasn't it right after that? No, it was after we split. Where do you think it was?
It was after
after
Reese,
Reese?
wasn't it?
Oh, it's after this right here. Here he's coming up in a minute because he's right behind this wall. Because he's right behind Matt. There he is.
There you go.
There he goes. Okay, ready? Let's point him out. All right, thanks for subbing, Luke, guys. I really do appreciate it, man. I think he appreciates it too. And make sure when you're at some of these bigger cons, like, do not skip that Artist Alley. Make sure you're paying out there. I bought a couple things. You know me. I always buy a couple things from Artist Alley. All right, let's pause it. Where is he?
Hey, again, if you got anything, send it on over. Send me a message on IG.
We always like to support the local guys. You have to support your artists. Man.
Gotcha.
So here it is. This is Dub's wall right here. This is his little booth. He really got a lot in. There he is. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. You see him? He's over here in the corner. That's him right there. He's creeping. Watch him. Chicken neck. Yeah, he's just staring. Oh, I looked at him. He turned away. Did you catch the turn? Dub, I saw you. You turned away as soon as I looked at you. You turned
Real
away.
Subtle, like.
Yeah. Oh, there you are.
I like all the video game books you get. You got The Last of Us there too.
You don't have to have IG. What's that? Yeah, he had all the Valiant stuff. He had a lot of it, so it was pretty cool. I don't know. All in all, it was a fun show. I will say this though. I started looking at the numbers afterwards, and I don't know how everybody else did, but I kind of did a poll just a couple of days ago. And the Saturday, it was as busy. I keep saying that, but it was as busy as it was. Stan Lee came a bunch of years ago, right after the movie started hitting, and it was packed. And it was almost as busy as that. Friday was great because it was spread out. They made bigger lanes, right? But it was you couldn't feel it. You couldn't feel how busy it was, but it was nice. A lot of people were spending money. Saturday, yeah, the Bells got hit with 28, but like I made that Trekkie comment, but I wasn't kind of lying. Like the first couple hours, it was a lot of people going like, "We just got here." It was super. At one point, I just stood on a the 2-foot ladder things and looked around, and you couldn't. Like it was a sea. That's why I was trying to show some of that. It was just a sea of people. But the numbers on Saturday didn't represent the number of people that showed up. And then Sunday actually really showed down. There was a lot of people that were at about 10 to 15. The show was in October.
A lot of those people were waiting in line.
Yeah. They were like, or they came around. It was really weird because a lot of them on Saturday came around once and were like, we'll come back. But by the time they get back, all the ATMs, again, this fucking place, all the ATMs ran out of cash. And by the way, another bullshit part about this, real quickly, since I'm going to put people on there and I'm probably going to get kicked out of this con for this, but every year on Saturday, the internet goes out. You can't make phone calls, so you can't call your shop back to get a credit card to go through. Your Square dies because you can't get on because they didn't. And then they come around and got the balls to say, we'll charge you $35 a day for internet. And even that internet doesn't fucking work. So how the hell? I mean, I know a guy. I know 4 booths, and these are the numbers they lost out in 2 hours while the internet wasn't working. Straight up, $4,200, $3,000. There's another one that lost a $6,000 sale. Are you going to give these people their money? Because even tell them to go to the ATM at that point. The ATMs are out of fucking cash.
You can't go to the ATM and get $6,000.
There's 10 booths. There's 10. I could call and get. There's 10 booths. And they have carpets over the ATMs that, yeah, you can't get $6,000, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying in practical terms, you just can't. Like
right. But even if it's a couple hundred here and a couple hundred here, they had at that point they had a rack that they pull over by 2:00. The fucking thing closed at 7. 2:00. All 12 ATMs are out of fucking money, and you can't charge it. Now you tell my guys, you tell my artists out there, you tell my comic book sellers and everybody else. Then you're going to charge them $1,650 for a fucking 10 by 10 booth. $350 a weekend for merch, right? Woo. Yeah, I say $35. Sorry, $350. And that Dub, did you get it? Because it didn't fucking work. Didn't fucking work. It didn't work.
Crazy.
So you want to rant? There's one. And then they got the balls to say, "Well, we're going to do another show in October, to help you all out." It help us all out. The fuck? It was 10% sales, and even if we could have got up there, we could have got closer if you fucking had internet or ATMs have fucking cash in it, dude. It's not like it. And by the way, it was just October we dealt with these same problems. I'll give you that if it was pre-pandemic, which by the way, we dealt with those fucking problems then. I'd give it to you. I'd give it to you if it was just in fucking October. But you know what? This is the 3rd fucking time in a row. All right. And then you had a bunch of our friends not fucking around with their booths and shit. Right. You know what I'm saying here? It's getting old. It's getting old.
Are you going to be going back to that one?
I live there, man. What the fuck am I gonna do? I mean, you know,
Ragga.
not like I pay to get in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, I know, but like, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, but
the food here is terrible at such small portions.
But I eat here for free. But I eat there for free. So what am I gonna do? Look, I'm trying to defend my people. If I get banned from that place, it's okay. Because
you're sticking up for people bigger than just you. You're not doing it for you.
People better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dub said a lot of great things about the place, I bet. But I'm going to tell you that he's not putting the three after he's paying his $1,600 for his. Well, he had inner booth, so $1,250 for his booth. He's not. I shouldn't probably say what he's paying for his booth, but he's not putting another $350 on that. You know what I mean? You saw how small that space was.
Yeah.
To maybe get internet. That's an extra expense you got to put out there. And not everybody's like me to live right down the street. You know what I mean? Like some of those people had to travel very far away for that. So yeah, I mean, like people want to know if Reese is going to come back. Probably not, because how the heck do you buy a $200,000 book when you can't have internet fucking service? So you know how Reese did there? You can imagine he did good, but he didn't do great.
He didn't do what he could have been.
Because on Saturday, the busiest day, what book are you buying on that wall in cash?
I couldn't buy any book on that wall.
You see what I'm saying now? You see what I'm saying now? Who? You're coming to Detroit with $200,000 in cash and just gonna walk in there and buy that AF-15? You think you're getting in there? Like,
dude, I'm not even coming with $2,000 in cash to get that Fantastic Four 49.50 that I saw sitting at the bottom of the wall.
Ain't got it. They tried that before, BK. It ain't happened last time. It ain't gonna happen this time. No, my problem with it is like, you want these things. Like we had a couple more comic vendors there this year than we did in October. And I really want these. Look, if you know one thing about me, you can ask anybody. Obi can probably attest because he was hanging out with me a lot. So he knows I'm in every booth. I know almost every single vendor by first name, know how their family's doing, know everything else. I'm very friendly with them and I care about them. I really care about this community and I care about the people. I know a lot of people say that and that's fine and they're full of shit. Like I do actually care about this. This is enjoyable for me. I know it's exhausting, but it is. That type of stuff where you're affecting their business like that. And by the way, I hope Austin does come back and I hope Alex comes back. Congratulations, Alex, by the way. I hope Alex comes back and everybody else. But I understand if they choose not to. They're going over to Florida right now, that they have to drive back to Baltimore, go to Florida. Do you think they want to come to Detroit? You know what I mean? To do that 6-hour drive and then not be able to sell books?
No,
you have to not sell.
It's a waste of time, money, capital.
And not that people aren't interested in it. Not that people aren't interested.
Don't have the means due to the actual venue.
What's the hell? What were you showing up so you can hang out and talk to me about your heritage of your family? God bless you. I'm appreciating that.
There'll be a comic book museum so everybody can see awesome books, but they can't buy, even if they would like to.
I mean, Harley might as well kick his wall down again for that. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference at that point? Like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? So, like, I know this is a high point for us, and by the way, that show was great, but like, there's still problems over there, and I think some of the problems just need to be addressed a little better, and that wasn't the only one. There's some other stuff that went on there that I didn't really appreciate with how he treated some of the people who had disabilities. But all in all, it was a good show. All in all, the people were really good there. Everybody made money and had a good time. I think that's pretty the mark. I didn't see a lot of frowny faces. We were all exhausted by the end. But I mean, fuck. It's a lot of hours, but it was, that was the one thing where like, you just knew it because you just heard like, damn it. You heard somebody scream, God damn it. And as soon as you knew, you knew no way, you couldn't call. You couldn't call. You couldn't call out. Literally, a friend of mine, and I'm not going to expose who it is, was calling his shop. He couldn't even make the phone call out to call his shop anymore to do the credit cards. That's to what extent these people are trying to make sales and they couldn't do it. So, outside. Yeah, he had to jump outside to get PayPal. Like, what? And by the way, on a Saturday when it's packed and you know how long it takes to walk from the front to the back to go outside to try to get that to work? And don't tell me it's too many people.
We have some idea because we saw you walking in.
Yeah. Don't tell me it was too many people. That's not what was going on in there. You know what I mean? I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, but that's not what was going on in there. So anyways, after a hotel, truck, rental, booth fees, no way I can pay the internet. Right. There's no way he could have done it. And he's not the only one. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're bringing in, like, I don't want to put people's numbers out there, but, you know, even some of the guys that were bringing in decent amount of numbers, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, still, you can't. The point of what you're there is for is to sell. And if you can't sell, then
yeah,
what are you doing?
What can you do?
It wasn't. No. AOA. Let's get serious here. The rest of the stuff, like Souza rolling her eyes at me, a hard shake in my hand, and like, oh, this guy's a dipshit. Funny. Ethan Page pretty much going like, oh, by the way, the nicest way to say like, oh, fuck off ever. Because he's too nice, and he's like what you think of Canadian great. All the guys that are in the chat that I got to hunt with and I got to spend some time with, great stuff. Except for one of you, and I don't know who you are, but we're going to talk about it after 5 and 5. Let's get to the 5 and 5, and then we'll show some things around, and we're going to try to find out who this rat is, and whoever you are.
Rat's a harsh term, but let's do it. I'm going to run the intro first.
You saw what they did to me.
5 by 5, baby. Let's hit it.
All right. Well, you guys get it by now. What we do here, we do the 5 comics in 5 minutes, where we'll talk about a few comics very quickly. These guys don't even know what the hell I picked this week. So
this
it's
week
going to be a complete surprise. I think.
Good Lord, this is going to be terrible. The Russians showed up
now.
after all
that.
Headline?
Was there anything about the shithole in this?
No, stop.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a funny one. Well,
Anyway.
sad. I think it's supposed to say satisfy your wish online.
Okay. All right. I gotta get the timer ready, and then I'm gonna surprise you guys with what I chose. Ready? And we are off to the races. 5 minutes going in. Our first item is gonna be our big ticket item. I decided to go with the 9/6 Fantastic Four Annual number 6. I love this book because of Annihilus, but I think people might be buying this because of Franklin. $22,000 on this 9/6.
Wow.
Wow.
I love it.
$22K.
I got to shout out Sean, man. He told me to buy more and I didn't, but I should have.
Oh, yeah, I got one. I got one for myself, and I got it at a decent price. No idea it was going to go like this.
No,
Granted, it wasn't a 9/6, but yeah, 9/6, $22K.
I agree with Dub, but you got to take care of that, Dub, as a promoter. You got to take care of that.
The reason why I think this sale could have been more Franklin than Annihilus is because I honestly, if you guys in the chat know why this book is selling like it is.
Oh, because of this?
Fantastic Four 245, which is first Avatar. I know it's not because of the Avatar movie, but, you know, grown up Franklin Richards.
Yep.
This thing, I mean, the prices don't look that impressive. $12 to $25.
They were
More than 85 sales the last week. I just went back to last Wednesday to this Wednesday.
Yeah, but it's also because it was dirt cheap. It was like a if that $1 bin book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So prices could have gone up a little, but again, it's not a huge price, but still 85 plus sales over the last 7 days.
Good to see you.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess people think this is going to happen.
More stuff based off of
just because of Reed Richards showing up. I don't know how you make that jump to adult Franklin Richards.
The speculators market, I guess. They just jump
into
the deep end.
Now, I know my buddy Ben Stein got a lot of shit for his top 10 list with variants, so I'm going to stay away from variants for the most part. And we're going to go with the regular Secret Wars one, because even this book has seen a bit of a bump over the last week where, oh yes, $10, $30, buy the whole set for $120. But last week, this was still cover price. It was like $5, $6. Now, if you go and look, a lot of the asking prices are like $30, $35 for this Secret Wars 1, a cover. And a decent amount, a number of sales as well. It's just kind of hard to nail it down because there are so many variants that it's kind of, it's tough whittling through to find the A covers. up next, I guess a lot of people are hoping, praying that we're going to get Angela showing up somewhere, maybe in Love and Thunder, because
Love and
online is still moving. $15, $19 for a couple of books there, $47 from the newsstand. So you get a little bump for the newsstand, but again, over 55 sales the last 7 days. This thing is still moving. Prices aren't necessarily higher, but copies are moving on the internet.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I guess people are hoping that Angela is going to show up. I know I talked about a couple of Angela variants recently, but Angela, maybe she shows up, but I just think it's a little far-fetched at this point. But we'll see what happens. And then for our last book, our one to watch, speaking of Sozo Micah.
Hey, look at
this cover comes out this week. This is the 1 in 25. Yes, it's a variant. I know it's going to be one to watch because I don't know where the prices are going to go because I think there were variants for this one as well. So you can see copies selling yesterday. All 3 sales for yesterday. $60, $83, $114 at auction. I have no idea why that got bid up to $114 because there's still plenty of copies in that kind of $60 kind of range. This is a 1 in 25 after all. So that's well above ratio. We'll see what happens next week with this. I don't think these prices can hold. As much as I love this cover, but 39 has. Like 39's held them maintained, so who knows?
You know what I love about her art? Somebody likes, and it's not the leather. I know somebody said that they love how she does leather, which is great.
Well,
but
it's nice. The sheen. It looks.
It does, but it's the
like it looks textured. Like you can.
It's her eyes. The eyes look real. Like they look like I've seen those eyes before, which is just amazing. I don't know. Either way, Rockstar it is. All right,
they grab you. But yes,
the leather
a little bit early. Look at that, under 4.5 minutes.
Is there? Did this come out this week? Did this come out this week?
Yeah, that was this week.
That was today.
None in my shop, but I did order 2 of these online from a shop ahead of time. So
see if it goes a little
hopefully
lower.
They come in soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try.
I like her. I like her art. So
what do you think about these DC variants? I mean, are they?
I don't know. I just like the art and figure I get one for myself, and hopefully I can get enough to pay for both out of the other.
Yeah, I just wonder if they're going to hold or not. I guess in the future, they got some good ones. Let's see.
They do have some decent ones. They just don't have the same cachet as the Marvel variants.
No, they don't. But this might get it. Like I'm telling you, like when we're done with our 5 minutes.
We are done with the 5. It's okay. We can.
This is off topic, but when you look at somebody like a Momoka, or I just saying that because it's so easy to use, but even a Bark, I'm not saying that their art is bad. I just think, their art doesn't change. I think people get sick of it, kind of. And with hers, everything that I saw, it's different when you're not focusing on. When you're focusing on the small things like the leather and the eyes, and maybe have the faces, like the smiles or the non-smiles, whatever. Like, it's you. All the little background details add to them, and I think like sometimes when you see stuff like Good Hughes or Good Campbell, that had a lot to do with it too, where you use the background to focus onto the characters, and she does that, and
the Polaroid's a nice little idea. It's a nice little framework to use for a comic book cover. Like I like it.
Is it still returnable? I don't know if it's still returnable. I'll check. I'll actually go ask them. I know it was for a long time.
Yeah, but to your point though, a lot of the artists, as they get hot, like Peach, they start getting overworked. They just start getting job after job. They're going to make that money.
Or is it that they're putting out so much, you're like, oh, that style isn't as unique. So like with Sousa, like her style, like when you see a Campbell, right? Like I think some of his stuff gets lazy over the years, especially when he started his own sightings. But like
it is what it is. But even
there was a ton of it. He has something to him where he changes around, and you'd be like, oh wait, that is a Campbell, or oh that's a cat. Or say there's a Catwoman Hughes book that I picked up that's like it's a different form of Hughes. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that stupid Chewy book, but even the Chewy book's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like
it's different, but different in a bad way.
You know what I'm saying? Like they change around their styles, and I really think that that's one of it. I think like when you see what she does, she's going to be cool for a couple years. Like she's definitely has a long time to be a great artist, but she's definitely not going to like. No offense to Momoka, but like she was cool for 2 seconds and then she went on. This one has.
It's not. Let's not make it like we're doing a Momoko like bashing.
Yes,
There's a lot of artists that they get hot. They get caught up in like one variant, like Rose Besh, and then all of a sudden everybody wants Bee and Puppy Cat, and then all of a then it's nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, but part of it was like people.
Kendrick Lim. I love Kendrick Lim's covers when he came out of the gate, and then after a while, they kind of.
In some of the artists' defense, though, everybody's crying for them to do their style.
They do a lot more stuff.
And they do their style that everybody's like, "Oh man, like you did your style. Like I don't like your like." Yeah, what? That's what you wanted. So then they did it, and whatever. Anyways,
now I'm tired of it. Do something else.
Plus, BK's right. She can probably beat me up, so I'm scared of her. So
yeah, we'll see. Because I know a lot of folks are talking about him these days.
I'll tell you who couldn't. Adam Page. He's tiny.
Who's tiny?
Oh,
and Ethan's just too. Adam Page or Adam, whatever his name was. Who was the guy's name? The other wrestler guy, the little short guy with the ponytail. Adam something or another. Ethan was really nice.
Cole.
Adam Cole, yeah.
Adam Cole is a smaller guy.
He's very tiny.
Yeah, Adam Page is the current champion at AEW. He's a bit bigger.
I actually think Ethan's around my age too. So I don't think she's the new Momoka. I think she's gonna be better than the Momoka. Marvel 5, 1 in 25. Well, I put a bet on it. I think people asked for her gimmick, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Momoka stuck with the gimmick because people asked for her gimmick. Where, yeah, Sozo's like, she's got something, whatever it is.
Even if you look at her early work, she has done more than the
she did all the Dynamite
generated type of look.
I think she calls herself a femme fatale writer or artist or something like that. Whatever it is. Actually, that's kind of funny because when I was trying to explain the cover to that Catwoman, I did in front of her too. I ended up perching my butt up in like a show. Like, the Catwoman like this, and I was like, shit, what am I doing, dude?
I'm doing Milo Manara. Oh my god!
Yeah, that's a good look. All right, didn't scare everybody away with that one. So last up, I'll go through some of the stuff we already saw. You asked what I spent. It was under $200, but some people like owe me favors, and some people just give me free fees. So I went through that. This is the book that I didn't show anybody because I got this out of a bin and it was priced at $20. And I didn't show I wanted to leave it for this one specifically. You guys ready? You ready to see what the best find there was?
Oh wow.
It was stuck to the back of another book because I don't flip like this. I go through one and one and one and one. It was stuck to the back of another book. Pulled it. Luckily, the guy stuck to the price that was on it, and I got it for $20, dude. So, like, there we go. Wow. So that was up to $120 on that thing for my total haul so far. I've got more, but then I split off a chunk, so I'll go through some of these. These are the dollars. I love Shadowland. This was a fourth print of Shadowland.
Fourth print, huh?
I just got it because I like it, but it's also fourth print.
No, I grabbed the Shadowland stuff too.
I like this came out the Bell's Dollar books, and this was Baron Zemo's
Zemo
first appearance. This is a LeBron James King of the Ring, the ESPN magazine. Now it doesn't go for forever, but this is perfect for those people that want to get a SIG.
Ran off too.
Did get the Deadpool Merc with him as a shark mouth.
That whole run has good, awesome.
I was kind of ticked at this because I missed this one. I missed it because the guy wasn't there. His name's Jerry, and he wasn't there. So then I came back later, and then went back. But I got Ravishing Rick Rude, and then I went to go get the connecting cover. So I got the ultimate. And I got a couple of copies of these. I left one copy behind. Oh shit!
AOA's accusing you of robbery.
There might be 2 books in here. I got the Sting one. I got the Ultimate Warrior one, and then I went to go get the Razor Ramon one, and somebody let me know when you left, somebody came through, grabbed 5, and took them away. And I'm like, oh, they took every one. They really had to take every one. Power Rangers. I didn't rob the vendor. What the price was, it was priced. He stuck with it.
Was it another buyer stalking you? Or the dealer pulled them when he saw what you were pulling?
X-23 joining the X-Men for $1. This for $1 too. Obviously, I like the WWE Forever stuff. Got this for $1, the Gwenpool one. I got this for $1 because Joker covers are cool. I didn't even pay for this, but Scotty, this is kind of a joke for somebody. Scotty,
all right.
He's kind of somebody just handed to me. Got I love the Horde $1. Secret Wars variant for #1, one of the 80,000 ones.
Yeah, a ton of them.
I know, but it was free, so what am I gonna do? First appearance of like Bloom.
Mr. Bloom.
What are you saying? I can't hear you, Pete.
Oh, what do you mean? Mr. Bloom.
Oh, I pulled out my plug. I can't hear shit.
That's why you can't. I'm sitting here talking, and I'm like, he's ignoring me.
So if you've been talking, I haven't heard you.
I have been talking. I was asking, like, whether with the wrestling books, when somebody pulled them out of the box, was it the dealer that pulled them out of the box, or somebody who was stalking it?
Somebody came by and like
another buyer said, "Ooh,
another buyer came by." That's all they pulled it. I'm not sure they paid for it either because the guy wasn't there. But whatever.
Yeah. Mr. Bloom.
Mr. Bloom. Sorry, what I call. Or was it Campbell? Which one was this?
That was Hughes.
Hughes, yeah. The H on the that was
Catwoman's. Yep. I always grab those.
Champions with CamCon crossover because I love it because it's Nova CamCon crossover. Got a really good deal on first long shot and X Babies because homage. The Kirkman team ups.
Kirkman team ups are bad.
Got this for $1 too. So yes. Yep. Got
Alpha
this.
Flight. Not a lot of Alpha Flight books to get. Oh, Archangel.
Yeah. Archangel. Dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. A lot of the Houston run. This was all like 50 cents ish.
Oh, I know you love that.
The whole Houston run. I love that run.
Yeah,
so I grabbed that.
Run.
Is it? Well, it's definitely X Babies. It's definitely X Babies. Kind of. It's definitely X Babies.
Yeah.
Either way. Oh yeah. So that's why he's talking. Yeah. So because of BK's bringing up something very important that happened here, and this is who I want to know. If you're in the chat, just rat yourself out. It's okay. It's okay to do that. But while I was there, so I would go around, and I don't know, maybe I'm bad at it, but I was trying to hang out with everybody. So like I'd grab some stuff for myself, throw some people's stuff. I'd sometimes throw in piles. I have one friend that we joke around a little bit and we just throw random, like, oh, you want this book? And then we put it back in, make sure they see it. But somebody was throwing crap in my pile. And when I say crap, these two pieces of junk came home with me.
Let's see it.
To be fair, I saw these because he showed it to us before the Star Wars show on Sunday. So I know what these ones are.
Oh, wow.
Oh, some Liefelds.
Some garbage Liefelds. And I'm willing to bet.
Hey, that's an homage, though.
Yeah, this is, an homage.
Yeah, there you go. It's not a good homage, but it's an homage.
Yeah. So, that's garbage. Anyways, whoever did that, I hope I didn't pay a lot for them. I mean, the show gets, I'm sorry, I'm reading Patrick's comment. Yeah, the Houston was great, and we got a talking hippo. But so whoever did that, please rat yourself out. If you don't, I will find you eventually, and you will be exposed. You will be exposed.
I will find you.
I'm going to go back and look through the footage and see.
I have a specific set of skills.
Yeah. I didn't buy them. I definitely paid for them, Obi. Yes, I definitely paid for them. But I will be coming for you. Was it you, Obi? Is Obi ratting himself out?
I'm coming for you.
All right. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. I ended up walking out with like a short box. So, but I didn't pay for most of it, so I can't like.
Yeah, you don't want to show off. Hey, I got this for free. Somebody gave me.
I got this for free. I got this for free.
I traded for this or whatever. Yeah.
So, but that's most of it. I also got. I got a first Constantine, but I already sent that to the presser for $5. That was probably my other score. Not great. Not great. And then I got the first Warcraft 2. That sent that one out. That was another good grab too, but I sent that one out.
Warcraft.
Yeah, World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but one of the Jim Lee covers or one of the. I like the Jim Lee. Yeah, the Jim Lees are pretty good on the Warcraft run.
Oh, that's a bummer. He says it's not.
second prints.
I don't care, dude. At most, it probably only cost me. It's funny. I actually find it funny that somebody did that. That's kind of funny, but
At least kind of funny.
I did pay for it, but it's all right. It probably too. Like I said, I didn't spend a lot of money, so who cares? Yeah, kudos to whoever did that. It's funny. Like when I saw it when I was going through it, I was like,
it's pretty funny. If we could somehow confirm who did it and it be true, then we knew it was them. I'd give them a free book for that.
Ooh.
But how are we gonna prove it?
A lot of Thunderbolts too.
Listen, I'm just a fan of Perks, Pete.
Well, yeah. I picked up some Miss Marvel stuff. I picked up a decent amount of X-Men stuff. Just nothing huge. Like X Babies is fine, but like, I mean, I got it cheap. Archangel's fine, but I got it cheap. So that's it. That's all I had. Well, I mean, I have a lot more, but that's all I had. So, hey, all in all, it was a pretty good con. Had a lot of fun. Was very exhausted. Really want to. I did it. Not really, though.
See, that's why.
Yeah, I did. That's funny. I think that's what everybody's going to be doing now is copying to it, but not really copying to it. I do appreciate everybody. It was fun seeing everybody and talking to everybody. Sorry if I was tired or. I run around a lot, but I think hopefully everybody had a good time. So
yeah, I was supposed to go to a swap. Well, I don't even want to call it a show. I was supposed to go to a thing in Connecticut this last week, and I just couldn't.
Don't ask Julian if he wrestles there, because if you do, you'll very nicely say thank you for bringing me here, and then leave as quickly as possible. He was wearing, dude. He's funny. His dress is funny, dude. Like how he dresses, because he always dresses in those tight, like polyester Hawaiian shirts. And he's not terribly small, which is also interesting.
He's a pretty big guy.
Oh my gosh. So I opened this book. I was like, what is in this book? There was a second book. The Rednecks 3, for some reason, was in this time.
Hey, the Pride cover, too.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I'm here. Oh, wow. Yeah. Hey, okay.
Yeah, with the middle finger.
There you go. So that's all right, then. I got 2 books for the price of $1, I guess.
There you go.
The rest of the books I bought from that guy. Jerry's really nice. He actually had a broken foot, though, so he wasn't strolling around too well.
No, not that type of party.
And there was a guy. There was this. So this is one thing that I very dislike at the con. And please don't do this, guys. Please don't do this. Was it with you or was it Obi? I was with one of them, and they've witnessed this. So that Bell's, I got to first called everybody, literally called and text people to get over there. And then, like, we were looking through boxes, and all of a sudden, like, there's 3 boxes. I was, whoever, if it was Obi or Dan, I think it was Dan. So one of them, like, there's 3 boxes. There's a box between me and then him. And then we left all the other boxes. We weren't, like, leaning or covering up 3 boxes, but we had 3 boxes left to go through. There was a guy kind of doing whatever. Dan said, would you like to switch? I hadn't finished going through my box, but I did so that we could switch. I go to switch, and this guy swoops in before I can put my hand on the thing, and like, you know what I'm saying? So we're trying to switch boxes. We even say, hey, do you want to switch? Yeah, sure. I'm not done with this switch. And then he kind of swooped in there, and I was like, the fuck you just did? And I had a bunch of DC. I bought a couple DCs.
There you go. DC's, yeah.
You saw I bought the Dead Man stuff
down there.
That is true. Good Dead Man. You had some Creeper. You had some Joker.
Yeah, you had a couple. Yeah, the Batman. Yeah, the early Batman. What was that?
The Batman too. No Batwing, but he got some.
But yeah, I mean that really sucked. That one kind of sucked. I mean that's just like I have no tolerance for these people anymore. I don't get that. I was with somebody else too, and somebody. So we were digging at Larry's, and I think I know who the guy is that took the books. And we're digging, and it was like me. Was it you, Obi? Me, Obi, Brian, somebody else. We were just like hanging out, having a good time. And I don't mind chit chatting with people, right? But like we're talking and we're next to each other, and then a guy would see us, and we're like, "Hey, oh wow, the Russians are back."
What?
Okay. The Russians are back in the chat.
Oh.
Wet girls are here, bro. That's what the ad says. We had to block that one. Yeah, they are naked bots. I got it. So the other one was like, it's a group of us, just 4 or 5 of us, just chilling like we're villains, right? And we're hanging out and we're doing our thing, man. We're doing our thing. And then like we're kind of making jokes and going back and forth like we normally do. Like there's this terrible Spider-Woman book where the face is bad, but all of our jokes, and we're just having a good time, man. And a guy, instead of just introducing himself and like having it with us, is like, "Hey, yo," and I'm like, "Yeah, I get it, but like, we'll figure it out." So like, I just think like when you're doing stuff, don't try to get in between guys that are digging. Like if you want to hang, that's cool, but like let's give ourselves some time, right? And the guy that did it over at Bell's, he was wrong. He was wrong in 100%. It wasn't the first one that happened to us. It wasn't the last one that's probably going to happen to us, but it was one of those situations where it was very awkward. I don't need to smell your cologne or your non-wearing of deodorant, that type of stuff. So just let's watch that out there, guys. The books are going to be there, and if they're not, then they're not. But like, let's just stop trying to like cut in between people digging, even if they're digging in pairs. You know what I mean? The rest of it's all gravy, though, baby. So had a good time. I mean, I'm gonna get mine either way. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know what I mean. But like,
yeah, I just never understood that need to try to be first to a box. It's like I hear it all the time. Like, oh, you should have been here earlier. Like, I don't care about early. I'd rather sleep in a little bit sometimes, and I'll find what's there.
oh, that was with Dan. Yeah, that was with Dan. Yeah. So that was one thing. So that was with Dan, because Dan. This is where I was going with the other story. So I was digging with Dan, and Dan asked about the flipping of the comics, and I was with Brian too, and we told him the reason why, because he's like, "Why are you hiding your comics from me?" And I was like,
"Oh, the face down."
Yeah, I usually don't do it, but there's one person. There's one person that roams around there, and what he does is he will go and he'll take your books and he'll start digging. And I mean, I know him, but we're not friends. And he'll start picking them up and he'll start digging through them. And I've seen books missing before that I know I pulled before. And every time you walk around him, though, the first thing he does is he takes his books, flips them over. Like if he even sees you within 10 feet, he flips them over. Like, dude, I don't give a shit what you're buying. I really don't. I'm going to be nice and talk to you about it, but I don't give a shit what you're buying. So because of that, I flip my books over now all the time. Whenever I see him, flip my books over. So Dan's like, "You try to hide your books from me?" I was like, "No, this guy's right there." He goes, "Oh yeah, I know that guy." I was like, "Yeah, well, I mean, dude, I just don't like, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to."
Well, you should. You should just give him that quick turn. "Can I help you?"
I always do. I always know what I do is this. So this is something else he does. Can
I help you with something?
I know he sees me because whenever he's digging someplace else, I always see this out of the corner of my eye. I'll look up and I'll see him, and he'll come V-line to wherever I'm digging, right? Okay. And then he'll stand there, and he'll stand like 2 boxes away or a box away, and he won't say, yeah, like that, and he won't say anything to me. And then, so he'll sit there and dig, and then I'll look at him, and I'll be like, so the first couple times I'd always say, "Hey, what's going on?" His name, right? But then eventually I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? This motherfucker sees me all the time, never says hi." Then always is like, "Oh, hey, yeah, what are you doing? How's it going?" And I'm like, it's fucking weird. Like, there's no way I saw him see me, then V-line right next to me because he was trying to because he'll skip ahead of you in boxes too. He watches which way you're digging and then jumps.
Hey.
Yeah, no, from a different booth. So he'll come V-line from different booth, see you digging, and then he'll start getting the conversation. So if you all of a sudden, like when we dig as a group, I'd start holding up a book or whatever, and he'd be like, "Right? Oh yeah, you're buying that book because of why?" And we're like, "Oh, we're not actually buying this. We're making fun of this book, but fine." And we put it back or whatever. And then he'll go and grab it behind us or do it, whatever. He tries to grab everything we grab. I get it. But like, bro, dude, you need to don't be that person. So this guy never says it. So now Dan was in there too. So I'm like, "Dan, watch. Like this guy, hey," I go, "Look at him real quickly." He goes, "Yeah, he's looking at us." I go, yeah. But don't like look at him. Just, is he looking at us? He's like, yeah. I go, "Watch what's going to happen." He's going to come right next to us, dig right next to us, and not say a fucking word. Sure as shit. Him, his whole fucking, all 8 members of his fucking family come strolling down the road, sit there, dig both sides of us, sandwich us the fucking, not fucking one of them says a goddamn word. So I keep going. So Dan's like laughing. I go, "Watch. Hey, so-and-so, how's it going?" "Oh, yeah, good, man. When did you get here?"
Do they stall when they go around you? Do they stall, like go really slow through the box so you get impatient and leave?
No, hell no.
Or do you wait them out? And you just
No,
go,
they don't really know. They like do this thing, and then
They
they
do
get what
quick.
they do is they get super mad because I go one by one. So then afterwards, I purposely will pick it up and go, plop, plop, and plop it over to get back. Yeah. And they do this. They start rubbernecking like. But now, so that's what they did. It used to be just one on one side, but now they got them on
who
both
was
sides.
it who did the sound effect when they pulled it? Was it Jen who does the yoink? When they
Yeah,
pull
you
it?
like, hey, big ups to Jen. Great chat with you the other night too. We're all good, man. I know we're both busy. We'll go out digging again. I'm sorry I missed some stuff with you, but whatever. It is what it is. So but yeah, no, so now what they did, because I used to do that, where I mean I was honestly being a dick about it. So I'd go like, oh, like, okay. Let's put that one there. Okay. Diggy, 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 diggy. Ooh, I'll take that for $1. Yes. So now what they do, now they put another family member on the other side. So it's like you get sandwiched in because you try to go super fast, and then like they always miss shit. So whatever. It's fun though. I mean, if you're gonna get them, you got to get them good.
I just don't like people that close to me pre-pandemic. I don't like people that close. So I'm easily like shied off a box because I'm like,
oh, me too.
Don't want to be that close to you, man.
That's the only one though.
This is not that important.
Right.
Like there's nothing in here worth me touching you.
So this actually sucks.
I'm out.
Right here. You see me play with it. I got a little pimple. Because this is what I use all the time. Pete, this is the key for all you people. See this? It's that Vicks Vapor Rub. You just put a little bit of the Vicks. I hear. Whenever you're in a car,
you put it on your chest. That's
right here.
I put right here and on my chest, but we gotta open
right
up
here.
both.
It gives a two thing. It gives people think that you're sick because it has a smell of sick. And number two, you can't smell anything. I had a buddy one time used to run a mortuary or whatever. So we used to go. I helped him out start the business. So I'd on my free time go help him pick up the bodies that had passed from places. Learned that trick. Have now used it at cons. Am I saying that cons smell as bad as people who have expired? Yes, at some points they do. So just so you know, a little bit of Vicks, just put there. Up there, really good stuff. Take a big whiff of it.
Just this odor of others. I just don't like being that close. I don't like being that close to people.
To Vicks or just people in general?
Oh, I don't like being that close to people in general.
I wish I could walk around with like a suspended hula hoop around me so my personal space is maintained.
I do. Sticks, I got to, man. Have you spent 14 hours on a con floor? Dude, the two biggest lines at that con? The food court and the bathroom. And by the way, we were on the corner, right, of people coming in. So we were stuck between a food court. We were stuck between two food courts and the bathroom. So in the front door. So everybody come in one big rush, go to a food court on either side or go to the bathroom. Eventually by day 2, because it was so backed up, people would just be crop dusting. At one point I go, God,
oh God,
crop dusting corner. Somebody turned around, laughed and goes, yep, it is. And that was me. And then proceeded to the bathroom, dude. How you got some balls to say that?
I want your video on this. Like I know like our buddy, Comping Andy, he did like a con like video, like, oh, things to do at a con, like hydrate, all these things. I want Marco's like tips for a con, like bring 4 pairs of shoes, Vicks Vapor Rub. Like that's what I want. I want a back issues episode on your tips for a con.
Speaking of that, me and Eric are working on our next back issues. Thank you for everybody that watched. Thank you for all the encouragement. We're keep doing that series periodically. Yeah. Okay, I can do something funny like that. I mean, I can do.
That'd be fun. I mean, I'm serious, like, because you have a different take than others might.
I just spend so much time on them that, like, I'll be honest, like, I don't drink and party as much as I used to. I kind of do a lot more charity work than I used to before. More of a family man now, you know what I mean? So, like, for me to get out and have a good time, that's what it is. Cons are it, right? Like I go to like a dozen pretty big ones. I work like 6 a year. So not so much with my wife in grad school right now, but like it's fun. It's where we hang out. We get to do stuff and I get away from, it's like a different reality, right? When I'm in with comics, even when I'm selling or buying, it's not it's like a different world. Like it's everything, nothing matters at that point. So I get to be myself and do stuff like change my shoes all the time. You know, the big thing I found, I will give this tip to anybody. I think you should invest in them. These compression pants, right?
Stare down creators. Make them feel uncomfortable.
Feel creepy. I mean, what do you look? Come on. Let's be fair. All artists are a little bit, you know, they're a little bit off there. They're a little bit interesting. There is something else. There's some type of way. But yeah, I mean that's fun. But yeah, I mean, compression pants. I think that's a new move. Like I wore shorts and compression pants all con, and I felt so good throughout the whole con. So I think it's good.
That's some tips.
The volunteer people. You're one of the I've had to work the lines volunteer. The volunteer guys that then strip off their volunteer shirts at the third day and go around and cause havoc. Zaggy, I'm not surprised you're one of those people.
I think you need to add those little rubber fingertips, like the little thimble things, to your repertoire for when you get those half-cut Mylar bags.
Well, so there's actually a tip for that too, and I'm not going to give it away right now, so I might add it to the list of what you should do. But on that one, Obi knows. Obi spent almost a whole day. I mean, as far as a whole day, when I say a whole day, like a whole day, if you spend it with me, is hanging out for an hour or two, and then me disappearing for a couple hours, and then coming back. And that right, Obi, like that's what happens realistically. I mean, I disappear for a couple hours, then I run around, see in a couple, and then we hang out, we dig some more, and then back and forth. But he saw it. Yeah, I'm some type of way for cons. Like I got it. So
Question.
There's definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
My fault. You giving like fashion tips and just how you do, like, you know, people that you're dealing with the business. Are you one of those people who like barely eat during the con, for example? Like,
I never eat during the no, absolutely.
Wow.
Not.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for us because the new rules in Arizona for I mean, it's open, everything's fine like that, but you can only eat like from the vendors. No outside food or drink.
Well, what you do is you pack Pedialyte, okay, and you pack Red Bull. Well, it's stop. No, you pack Pedialyte, and you tell them that you have got a condition where your phosphorus levels are very low, and it could send you into serious cramping, and which would then turn into a full outbreak, and you could have a medical issue. And since it's Pedialyte, they won't question it. And then you drink Pedialyte all day long. Or what you do is become a vendor, make friends with vendors, and then you just come in the back door and you bring all types of shit in. I bring people food, drinks, whatever, man. I don't.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, those are two. Thank you. Those are two more tips than I had originally. I was like, yes, it's food trucks, which is going to dip into my money because everything's like $20.
Oh, fuck that. No, you just find a vendor that's nice and be like, yo, man, I'm going to throw you my cooler. Is that cool? They'll bring it in for you. You don't have to do that.
Awesome.
You shouldn't be going in through the front door anyways. I can't, dude. I went out to look.
I'm doing a couple panels, so I might be going in through the side. I think.
I can't remember the last time I saw the front door. I actually had to go out to see the front, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It's really like the front of the building's nice, I guess, but it's long. I didn't even realize that. You got to.
I could get Euromycetitis and die.
Yeah, say you have the sugar thing. Say you have say you got the sugar blood. Okay. Yeah, and then you can get in
sugar blood.
I got bad sugar.
I got the bad
sugar blood.
I got the bad sugar blood.
I got the bad sugar blood. Yeah, please let me in with food and such. But yeah, no. So or just tell them you got allergies. Everybody's got an allergy. Shoot, they can bring in pets. That's the thing that doesn't make any sense. You can bring in a friendly peacock, but you can't bring in your own food. Get out.
This is my support peacock.
More peacock, but you can't be it. I saw so many dogs looking at people's asses, and they was like, "Hey, this is a pet. Please don't pet it or whatever." They put the vest on it, and the next thing you know, it's up there sniffing somebody's ass in front of them, and you're like, "The hell? That dog just take a shit
on that guy's leg." Just don't want to mind that.
Also, please don't dress your kids up in con gear. That's like really like I know everybody wants to win something, but like. If you're going to cosplay your kid, don't put them in like if it's 90 degrees outside, an outfit that has no breathing in it so that when they walk into the con, they proceed to puke all over the place. Please don't do that.
That's helpful. Very smart.
The guy walking around with a dog around his neck. See, that's what I'm talking about, dude. It's
dog around his How do you do a dog around your neck?
Dude, it is probably there's some weird I wish I could have filmed more. Andy had the same.
Was the dog alive?
Yes. Yes. No, yes, like that around his neck. Yes. Dub is not lying here. This is a thing. There were so many fucking dogs, and I'm allergic to dogs too. So there's so many fucking dogs. But I'm allergic to fucking people that don't wear deodorant also. So like, and how people don't, I mean, like, how hard is it to carry a stick of I carry a stick of deodorant around. I'm sweating my ass off. This is what I don't understand. I'm not a small dude, right? I
don't like getting close to people. So then I don't have to worry about it.
I understand. But I'm working my ass off. I'm digging also. I'm doing all that. I don't smell bad. You want to know why? Because I keep deodorant. And when I change my shoes, I change my shoes. Sometimes I change my socks. And then I put a little bit of deodorant on. Is it that hard?
No.
I mean, these are hard times. They're so hard times, but I think we can all afford a little bit of a deodorant in these hard times. Put them on a little bit here, a little bit here. They even make deodorant nowadays. They got like no alcohol in it, like this, like a baby powder thing. So if you want stuff, you got your own type. It ain't that hard of times. It ain't Ric Flair hard times.
I will say, I am glad the pandemic has normalized mask wearing because I actually like wearing a mask out. So this way, when people come up next to me, they can't see me like I can just do everything under the mask. They can't see anything.
Yeah, you can hide in it too, which is nice. That's the one thing I like. I just kept forgetting, like I'd wear it on my face. Because I was talking to people. It's too many people. And some of the people, God bless my state, but some of the people, there must have been a lot of people coming up from Ohio because like, yo, I mean, oh dude, you want to hear the worst. So here's one. It's late enough I can tell this story.
I'm wondering if I need to open another drink for this story.
I don't know if I should tell this story. I don't know how to phrase this story to tell. So the one rule, I guess, two of cons is like when they say it's time to go, please go. At the end of Saturday, there's this couple that walked up, and man, there was this couple that walked up. And they're talking. They're very nice, I thought, for a little bit, until the lady said something to the effect of like, Dan Slott blocked her on IG or something, or Twitter or something. I said, oh well, that's a shame, and like maybe he just didn't get your intentions. It's hard to feel the way people are. There's no emotion to the internet. So
maybe she was just tagging him on every asinine post that they have for no reason.
No, we'll get there. So I said, maybe that, whatever you said, there's just no emotional, she said, yeah, I think that's probably the reason, because all I said was like, something about his characters and, that I kind of liked them, but there's an issue or whatever. And I was like, oh, well, that's, yeah. I mean, like sometimes artists don't like to hear that, but like sometimes like tone makes a difference. Right. And then she goes, yeah, I mean, it wasn't even that bad. I just told him, hey, why does every X-Men have to be gay? All you do is put gay X-Men in every book. And I was like, okay, well, she's not even like, no shame. She's now
Thank
getting
you for your time
about it, right? So she's screaming out in gay fucking X-Men everywhere, like screaming gay fucking X-Men to the point
it's toxic.
that other vendors are hearing this and they're looking at me, and of course, what am I going to do?
What did you do? What door did you open talking to this woman?
So I'm working my buddy's booth, and I get this, and I figure, okay, well, her man's going to say something at this point, and he goes, yeah, I mean, like, he says something, cuts her off, and goes, yeah, I mean, it's okay to put fucking Nazis in books because Marvel's okay with Nazis all over. He's yelling, Marvel's okay with Nazis. So now I got one, and they're trying to outscream literally saying fucking Nazis in books, and the other one saying gay X-Men characters, gay X-Men characters.
Was this at the end of the day, or was this
at
just
the end of the day? They've already tried to usher everybody fucking out.
Okay. And I'm just making sure, because during the day, this really clears the area.
Yeah, no. Like so it's echoing now because now it's mainly just fucking dealers left, right? So then dealers are just now staring, and so I was like, okay. I mean, what do you say at that point, right? Like, and you don't want to say like, hey, it's closing. You got to leave. So I go, you know what? It's kind of closing. I really have to go talk.
I got to put lids on all
Hey,
these.
can't you say I got to use the restroom? Or, hey, I need y'all to, like, you know, we need to run out real
No,
quick.
they want to follow me to the. They're like, I tried to move. You know how you try to like slowly move? They're tracking me down at this point. So I'm not. So I go, hey, I got to go grab this thing real quickly. You know, out the back door. Like, really nice.
We're going to the back.
Really nice meeting you folks. Got to go, and I got to get something for somebody else. I walk around so that I just do a loop around because it's like 4 booths and 4 booths. I get to Bill's booth. Tell Bill he's a rat for this too when you see him in WonderCon. So I go around there, and Bill and Steve had heard this conversation all the way down there. Like, not the conversation. They go, Marco, what the fuck's going on over there? What's going on at that booth? Somebody yelling at you, gay Nazi X-Men or something? I go, oh, and I tell them the story. So all of a sudden I see him and the security's trying to get him to go. And now they're making their way to the back door. I'm like, oh shit. And Bill just gets this shitty grin in his face. He goes, you told him you're going to the back, didn't you? I was like, motherfucker. He goes, hey, so speaking of gay X-Men, as loud as he can. And
wow, he set you up.
Set me up hard. So I fucking whoop on the other way, dude. But I was like, yo, after
you try to hide under the table.
hours, this is what I have to deal with. 16 hours, and I get to deal with being screamed out about Dan slap blocking you. And I'm trying to defend the person, going like, you know, you just don't know how. Not thinking like the worst. I actually think, as much as BK gives me shit, I'm literally thinking like the best out of this person. Like maybe just a misunderstanding. It's the fucking no, there wasn't no fucking misunderstanding. Quit writing gay X-Men. Jesus Christ.
Lord have mercy.
What is wrong with you? And then the other one's screaming Nazis. Like, oh, geez, to hell. That's how my Saturday ended, pretty much. I was ducking and weaving those two until the security finally dragged their asses out. Oh, it was all right. Anyways, that's hard times. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Those were some hard times.
What else you got? I don't have it. Anybody else?
I don't have it. We don't have anything we can end on.
That's the way to end it. You know,
we didn't talk about anyone honorable or anything, but
we'll save that for next week.
Well, I mean, if you want to
bring up
yes, you're right. The show's 2 hours and 40 minutes already. You're right, Pete. How would you,
Ebbs and flows. We'll see you guys next week.